Yippee!
Oh wow, what an amazing thing for someone clicking on this to hear immediately. I am doing not a great job at retaining the post-stream VOD viewers. Just saying. Yay, it updated the broadcast. I can read chat now. Hi, chat. How you doing? How are things? How are you? How are the wife and kids? For a lot of people in the UK, good night! Oh my god, that clip of me clapping with the bottom of my tootsies is like the biggest clip on my stream currently. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. This is my life. This is what happens when I'm told to take off my socks and show the dogs on camera. Oh my god. But hello everyone. In all seriousness, welcome on in. Happy Monday. How was your Easter Sunday? I hope you got some good prayers and Hail Marys in. When did I have to say all those Hail Marys? There was some event in school. I remember in, like, grade school when I was in private Catholic school where you had to go into church and say Hail Mary 50 times. And in between each 10, you'd say, like, a one Our Father. Was there any purpose to that, or was it more, like, cultish? I don't know. I mean, look, do I really want to start out my stream talking about religion? It's a bit ballsy, but hey, I'm pretty buoyant and ball-like. Someone just posted English muffins on my Twitter feed. I will take that. I like me some English muffins. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Someone is flexing their Ford something outside. I heard them use their engine. It's like, ooh, you're trying to flex your Ford car. I like it. I like you. I like. What does he say? I like your funny words, Magic Man. I still have to rewatch that. I heard the first season was pretty good. Second one, don't know so much about, if I'm being entirely honest. Also, hello everyone in chat. Hey Beta, did you see that your video was linked in a news story about a quarterback being accused of being a furry? No. Which video? Which news article? I gotta read this. Okay, maybe we're gonna do this on stream today. I already had, like, some plans of what we're doing, which was a lot of, previous video stuff. Like, we are gonna go over the, what is it? What is it? What the fuck was it called? FurTrack. Yeah, we're gonna go over FurTrack. We'll probably play a little bit, or at least try to start. What was the name of that game? Brock the Investigator, because I was given a key for that. If not, we do that Friday. But also Friday, I was thinking we'd do a special little stream, because, fun fact, if you remember from one of my previous videos, the anti-furry reality, whatever video, where I discuss some, like, psychological stuff and, like, the cycle of anti-furries and how they kind of come to be. I ended up setting a little goal for if I hit 3,000 likes on the video, I will do a drunk reading of that old, I guess, anti-furry gamer war thing. The furry gamer war, that's what it was. The whole lore and the whole, whatever, site on it. So I wanna maybe go over it, since we did hit 3,000 likes. Also, hello, Real Caleb. Welcome on in. It was lovely to say hi to you out of Austria. I'm glad C pushed me the last day. Oh, C is such a sweetie. See, this is what I was talking about. With all them damn Hail Marys that I gotta say. Am I gonna go to hell for that? Look it. When you say things multiple times, it's gotta be some form of, I don't know. Also, hi, Shep. Thank you for the 33 months. I greatly appreciate it. I owe you money at some point, by the way. I owe you money. Just enjoy. I mean, I know you're paying me with subs and support. I appreciate it, but I owe you at some point. I mean, maybe I could pay it back with headlocks. I don't know. Do you like? Is that like a meme, or do you actually like that? I can do both. I don't know. But Shep, thank you for the 33 months. I greatly appreciate it. Go get some life jackets, 88 hearts in the chat. Hi, Stalkers. I love Stalkers. Stalkers is so cool. Guys, I'm starting this stream filled with love. I was chilling in Bra and Russ's stream earlier, and then Nexka and Evan showed up and hung out. And then before I left, they were just like, Beta's so cool, and like they were talking about like stories of Beta, and that made me feel like, oh, I love my friends. I love my friends. I wasn't there for that specific reason. I was just there because I wanted to hang out and vibe with good friends. But I love my friends. They're so cool. Shout out to Russ. Shout out to Bra. Shout out to Evan and Nexka. Lovely, lovely friends. How was Austria? It was awesome. The whole con recap that I did took like 5 hours. I still want to do a shorter version of it at some point for like a proper video. Because like, I have all this footage there too. Like, I think I have give or take 200 gigabytes of footage for all that I filmed at the con. Which actually, speaking of that, since some of you were wondering about it, when the panel is going to be uploaded, should be up at some point either tomorrow or Friday on the Boodles channel. And I did just finish rendering, and I have to upload it and get a thumbnail ready for it, the panel for my part 2 to content creation, which is a little bit shorter, a little bit more inconcise, but still good nonetheless. Those 50 Hail Marys and the Our Fathers in between are called the Rosary, in case you forgot. Yeah, I did forget. Until I remembered. I just remember being in school and having to do them. Like, why? Can't I just go to, like, social studies? I kind of want to learn that instead a little bit. Not to say that it was actually, depending on it. I don't know. You know, religion is what you make of it at the end of the day. Also, hi, Ender. I love the little weirdo. Look at the little weirdo. Look at the little weirdo's emos. Look at that little weirdo right there. It was E1 Pog. That's your name. It was E1. Gosh, I love that little weirdo. Shout out to Ender. Can we get a shout out for Ender in the chat? Austria was great. It was a good con. It was a good time. I will say, for my first impression with being in Europe or being at a furry convention in Europe, it was pretty good. I had a really good time. Again, I know I've talked about it for hours on end in previous streams, but I'm just, I don't know. It was a mixture between like a really good time, but also like a time where I really got to have like my own character development, and it was like kind of like my training arc. So when I came back, I was a little bit of a different person, if that makes sense. It's a little weird. Like the little weirdo. Oh my god. You guys should go and follow the little weirdo. He's really cool. He's an Aussie Shep, just like me. And we love Aussie Sheps in this household, okay? They are the priority fursona here, okay? But yeah. How you guys doing, though, today? How are things? How are the wife and kids? How's life treating you? I forgot to set a goal for the super chat thing on YouTube. I usually do it. What would be a good goal for it? Maybe we'll do, like, 30 minutes of Levi head. Okay, out of context, that doesn't sound great. You know what? It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. You know, out of context, it doesn't sound good, but it's like, you know what? Fuck it. We ball. Birds are the premium personas. Birds are everywhere and very underrated. I feel like birds could take over the world if they really wanted to. Also, thank you for sending me that little article, Peach. I appreciate it. I'll have to check it out. What is this? The Bro Bible? Okay. Josh Hoover, Furry TCU quarterback. Is TCU starting quarterback Josh Hoover part of the Furry costume? Dude, you're serious. You cannot be serious. That's crazy. And of course, I'm hit with all sorts of ads. Where was I referenced? Yo, the YouTube short I did was referenced. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I worked hard on that. I worked hard.
Than Miley piloting a wrecking ball machine. Then again, kind of wonder how much that job pays.
Oh god, Miley Cyrus. Wonder how she's doing. Last time I heard from her was when she did the whole wrecking ball music video thing. What has she been doing in the meantime? Hope she's been having a good life and, you know, been feeling okay. Look, if I know anything about, like, child stardom, it is almost never peachy keen. It is almost never sunshine and rainbows. In fact, it's pretty rainy outside and cloudy. It's kind of yucky. Ugh. Do you play VR chat? No, I've never played VR chat before. What's VR chat? What is VR chat? But yeah, we'll definitely read over this article at some point. I mean, the fact that my little video that I did was referenced means I did a pretty good job with it, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, they could have really referenced anything for the better or worse. And it also depends on context. I will say, too, as much as I'm flattered, I'm also like, and this is a little other thing. So, hold on. I gotta get for, like, the main screen for this. Also, hi, I'm, like, oddly saturated. I tried fixing my camera to make sure it wasn't super dark, but, like, the background's lit up a little bit. This shirt is a saturated flashbang, but I don't care. I did laundry today, and I need it for videos later. So I need something that isn't just a black graphic design t-shirt. Miley Cyrus is gender fluid. I didn't know that. But what I will say, what I was talking about before, when you had mentioned, Peach, about being referenced in that article, I will say I'm quite flattered that a lot of, like, my videos and work and things that I've done are, like, getting recognized or, like, referenced whenever furries are mentioned or brought up. But I will admit, it's getting a little, like, concerning because I don't know what form of media or what specifically is being referenced. Like, with the article that you sent me about the quarterback who might be a furry, they referenced a pretty good YouTube short that I did, because I genuinely worked hard at trying to fit, like, the minute-long YouTube short video length to be able to explain in detail, or as concisely as I could, what a furry is. And that was just a fun little challenge that I wanted to do, and it was pretty good. I'm happy with how the video turned out, and it's getting sort of the recognition that it did. I kind of wish it just didn't use the thumbnail of that random clip from Sing, but, you know, regardless, it works for what it is. But the other thing that it was referenced in semi-recently, and I don't think I've talked about this very directly on this stream before.
Imagine getting called up by CNN to come on TV as a furry expert.
Dude, I would get so drunk beforehand. Absolutely. I would get plastered. I would either be high as a kite or plastered right on camera on TV. Not that I want to be on TV, but honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to being seen as, like, a furry expert to some extent. If anything, if there's a question that I'm uncomfortable with, I just pull the Tim Robinson and just answer it in, like, the most indirect way possible and then go on some other tangent. You know who Tim Robinson is? He is, like, my favorite fucking comedian now. I don't know if you've seen, what is it? I Think You Should Leave TV series. So fucking funny. So funny. It's so, like, awkward, but it's so good. And then there was another movie recently that he did called Friendship, which I heard was really good. I want to watch it. Tim Robinson is, like, the new form of, like, ironic, push the limits to, like, the limits kind of humor that I love. Like, I would absolutely do some shit like that on TV. Honestly, though, I wouldn't be opposed. Hey, CNN, any TV stations, if you want me to come and explain what a furry is, I'm game. Just pay for my flights and, like, what is it? Lodging expenses, and I'm good to go. I'll do it. It'll be a fun thing to talk about. Because also, you know, after even this con, too, with Austria specifically, and I'll get to the whole story time that I wanted to tell you about, and it's sort of a spoiler for the next video that I have this Sunday, hopefully. Also, thank you for the 50 months, Linder Darcy. I appreciate
hey,
it.
50 months, B2 heart, B2
50 months? Oh, hey, just so casually. Just so casually. Thank you for the 15 months, though. I appreciate that, Thunder Darcy. We got a hype train. Feel free to fill that in if you like. I can't really inflate for you. I mean, I technically could. If you want, I could put on my, like, big, puffy life jacket. You know, the one that I was wearing around the con. I could put that on regularly. Also, YouTube chat's being weird again. Oh my goodness. Don't be the estranged child. Okay. Let's just chill a little bit. You know, no need to self-advertise, sort of thing. Also, have a good night, Oscar. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Sup, wifey? You single? I want you to read back what you said in chat and ask how you would respond to it. Guess you could puff out your chest a bit. That counts? Yeah, inflating. Inflated. There you go. No, maybe we could do that. How about this? So we feel the hype train or something. I'll put on my floaty vest. I'll show it to you guys, what it's like even getting into it, because it is a bit of a pain. Let me tell you that. It is not easy, especially in fursuit. But, what was I talking about before this? Fuck. Story time. So, I probably missed something else, but we're going back to another story time. I feel like my lighting just is not what it could be. I don't know. Lighting's really weird on this camera recently. I don't like it. Rush, how are you doing? Hello? You're laughing maniacally. I'm concerned. Is everything okay there, bucko? Did you lose in Apex again? Are you the Apex legend? Did you shit yourself? Is that what happened? You can tell me anything. I won't tell anyone else. Right, chat? I would never tell anyone any secrets. I'm the Apex Predator? Okay. Okay, Rush. So. Definitely lost 3 games back-to-back in Apex. But, story time. And this is sort of a spoiler to one of the videos this Sunday. So you guys know how I watched the most recent episode, or I guess first episode, of the Furry Detective series, the one on AMC Plus, the one with Kira the Wolf, all that. You know how that be, right? So here's the thing. I had gotten tagged in this a bunch about how I show up in it at some point. And in the form of how I show up is through a video title and then my channel name and then some analytics for a video that I ended up doing. And I think I have a screen cap of it. I want to show you guys because people were tagging me in this on Twitter. Okay, let's not open that. That's let's not hit the right arrow accidentally. That would be a bad sign. But I think this should work just fine. Facecam bottom right. There we go. Okay, so this is what I was tagged in a bunch, where someone would take a screenshot of like whatever it was. I think this is like the first 12, 13 minutes, give or take, into the Furry Detectives episode 1, where they're talking about like popufurs. They specifically use the term popufurs, notable members of the community who, you know, have a following, who've built up things based on the fandom and knowledge on it. And a couple of other YouTubers show up, where Finn shows up, Stormy, Ash, a couple of others who are like big YouTubers show up. And they show like the same thing, like video title here, channel name, channel subscribers, 140,000 views, whatever view count, how long ago it was uploaded. Pretty simple. And this is a direct screenshot of how it shows up in the Furry Detectives. Here's the thing about this video, though. It doesn't exist. And there are multiple ways of looking at or thinking about what they did. But basically, this video that they're showing here does not currently exist on my channel. And was fabricated, manufactured in some way to look like this. Now, keep in mind, I do have a video called Are You a Furry? In all caps on my channel. I uploaded that video, give or take 5 years ago from... Actually, 2 days from now, believe it or not. The one with, like, Saber Spark and Pymations and Odd Ones Out in the thumbnail of, like, why are you a furry? Why aren't you a furry? And discussing why people are a furry or not. That video, currently, I think, is around 200-something thousand views. And was uploaded 5 years ago. So if we're referencing even that video, they changed the title to remove the caps. Definitely didn't have the subscriber count that this video would have been uploaded 3 months ago. If it had been, like, they had taken a screen cap of it, the video, when it was uploaded 3 months ago, it wouldn't have had this view count at 3 months. And the video itself was uploaded 5 years ago and is already way past this view count. Even if it was around the 140,000 viewer mark, that would have been, like, give or take 2-3 years back when it was around this point. And with that in mind, too... It definitely would have been 3 months ago, and the video title hasn't changed since then. It's still been, in all caps, Are You a Furry? And I definitely wouldn't have been at this sub count. Granted, if they were really working on this, like, docuseries, I'm assuming, when they were doing it probably earlier this year, or putting it together for, like, the screenshots, this is where this would have been, like, early January, February in 2025 when I would have been at this subscriber milestone. So, here's the problem I have, and this is outside of the whole docuseries. You know, I have my own feelings and opinions on it. If they were trying to showcase the furry community for what it is, and trying to showcase popular furries, why change any of this? Why, like, inspect element, F12 change the values for a video that, from my knowledge, does not exist. Why do that? Like, at all. At all. And I get, you know, maybe trying to make it look pretty for the video, but like most people watching it wouldn't have picked up on it. I didn't pick up on it until I saw myself there. I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm like, wait a minute. What video is this? What video is this? I don't think it's clickbait either, because realistically here, this is just a random point where they're going through a collage of all these other YouTubers. Why did this need to be edited? Why not just take a screen cap? And I'm assuming maybe what they did about it was like to manipulate it ever so slightly so that it's like parody and they can get away with like featuring me or others on the series or the show. But it's just like, I know it's such a non-problematic change. At the end of the day, it could have very well been, oh, hey, it just looked prettier. Oh, hey, we didn't really think much of it and we just changed the values. It's not malicious and I wasn't brought up in a negative context. What I want to know is why even change it? Because then it leads me to believe that this is disingenuous. And the approach towards the docuseries at all is supposed to be, you know, an honest approach about the furry community. And it's supposed to be, you know, not supportive towards the community, especially in the beginning. Why change it though? That leads me to have concerns about whatever else might be changed. You know, if this is such a very specific thing that only I recognize because this is me and my channel and my video, quote unquote, imagine what others like had changed in their parts. And it was also, I think, pointed out in one of the Blue Sky posts that I was tagged in by Marrow, or they go by Keith Ballard. If you go and subscribe to him, good soup, good bean. He had pointed this out for other YouTubers who were featured in the same way. So it's like, why was that changed? And that's what has me concerned. Genuinely, it is what has me concerned about it, you know? So yeah, that's just more of the little bit that I was featured in that I just wanted to point out as like, oh, you know, wasn't mentioned in this in the slightest. It was just shown, and that's cool, you know, it's neat and all, but it's like, the view count is not that off. It has 290,000 views for a 30-year-old video. The views in the month are also wrong. Yeah, like any point of how you line it up with those analytics, it is not at all accurate. Like, no matter if you try to line it up for like how long ago it was uploaded, the view count, the subscriber count, the name of the video, so on. Like, I just don't know why that was changed. Why specifically that part? I mean, hey, at least I can say I was in a docu-series, but I don't know if I really would have wanted it to be that one, you know? And overall, like, my thoughts and feelings on it, which I will be doing an analysis, review, recap video, which should be up at some point on Sunday. One of my editor friends is working on it as we speak. It's just okay. Like, it's not amazing. It's not the worst thing ever. Maybe it's because I had the lowest expectations ever that I didn't think it would be that good, and then it ended up being a little bit better. But even when I'm hearing about all this happening later, I'm like, ooh, yeah. Oh, for some reason my thing disconnected for a second. But yeah, it's just weird. Why did they need to change it? Did the furry detectives really reflect on the community as a whole? I mean, it's still some representation of the furry fandom towards a general audience. You know, it's bringing up something that is also very, very bad history, whether it's related or not. It's just one of these things where I'm like, man, I'm glad that I'm being referenced and brought up. It's nice. It's very flattering, but it's also like, just at least do it accurately, you know? Don't be indecisive, or what is it? What is it? Don't be sly about it. That's all, you know? So that's pretty much what ended up happening with that whole docuseries thing, where people were like, yo, you're in it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in it. Haha. Yeah, do they know? Probably would have been better if I didn't say anything about it, but it's more of the point of like, just why change it? I think legal reasons, guess, is probably the closest. Yeah, I had some people telling me of like, hey, you should you should go after them for it. I'm like, for what? I mean, I'm in it, sure, but it's not negative. If anything, it's just a slight small issue, but it just kind of leads you to question, like, the authenticity of it. That's really all. But either way, that was just a small little thing that happened, and thank you again, Peach, for sending me that article, because it reminded me to mention that, because I forgot about that entirely. But we should at some point go over this article that you sent me, because it does reference one of the videos that I did, and I think it would be very fair to go over it. I do like... I do like going over these articles about furries. We're talking about the furry community and seeing what people think about it every so often, because things change, you know? Like, we've gone in not that long of a time, you'd think. In like half a decade, we're like, yeah, the clickbait, usual negative articles about furries, which those exist, but it's just like they're definitely not getting as much traction as they used to. And nowadays, you have a lot more supportive, like, genuine, noteworthy news about furries just being reported on in articles. Not even just me from YouTube standpoint, but just from the written standpoint. It's really neat, you know? It's really neat. $10 and I'll bring out Levi. How about that? Everything has a price, Payzoned. Also, again, please chill with spamming. You've been doing that the past few streams. I have also been very, very lenient and chill. Do not fuck up the vibes. That's all I ask. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really had any new, what is it? New news? New unfoldings? I fold a lot of things. Just don't really unfold. I just haven't really done much since last stream. Last stream was really, really fun, I will say. But I still wanted to keep my schedule today, so that's why we're here in this weird lighting. I still just wish for some reason this lighting actually worked. Let me see if I can, like, finagle around with it. Maybe that's what this whole stream is going to be at the end of the day. Okay, brightness is up. That's pretty good. Is it just the camera that's fucking up with the saturation? Maybe if I turn up the light here? Yeah, let's blind me a little bit more. I think that's a good idea. You know what? Sure. Why not? Flat. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to hurt my eyes. Both ring lights. Very nice. Very cool. Well, yeah, I guess anything new with you guys? Anything going well, hopefully, maybe? I don't really have nothing new to really report on besides just I've been trying to keep active with my usual routine of, like, scheduling stuff and making posts, just so, like, by the time when I go on vacation again, or get, need to go to, like, a con, which isn't in, like, another 2 to 3 weeks or so is when I'll be leaving for Megaplex. You know, outside of that, I just kind of want to get some stuff done ahead of time, so I'm not panicking to get work done. You look fine on the camera. If it's going to hurt your eyes, then just dim the lights. But I like looking amazing as someone who rolled out of bed and just barely made their bed before the beginning of this stream. I don't know. But yeah. Just found out Goon Coin is a thing. You know, it doesn't surprise me. There's probably a beta coin or something, but I'm never going to make any sort of cryptocurrency, trust me, you know. I mean, I will say, though, not even just... This is not even like a devil's advocate for the thing. You know, do not invest in cryptocurrency. Do not support content creators who make their own cryptocurrency things. It's stupid. But, like, the whole Hawk to a girl, and then the Hawk to a coin. You gotta admit, okay, and this is not a good thing at the end of the day. You have to admit, the fact that she put together this thing called Hawk to a Coin, did a rug pull and made away with millions of dollars and got away scot-free. No repercussions for it at all. I mean, how could you... I honestly am tempted. Isn't that even just a little bit tempting? Just in the slightest. Like, the fact that people would so stupidly invest into Hawk to a Coin. You cannot be serious. Like, that genuinely fuck, why not? You know, why not invest in a crypto? Why not make a cryptocurrency thing? I don't know. Not that you should, you know, it's just morally not great. But it's just one of those things where if you hear about it, like, from this standpoint, it seems like a genius idea. Isn't that great? Life Vest coin? That's what I'm saying. Life Vest coin. Invest and maybe you'll be able to get a life jacket like me. Time for Inflato coin. Inflato coin, I love that. Honestly, that's probably the next step. Figuring out the name of the cryptocurrency. Inflato coin, life jacket coin, floaty vest coin. Look, I'm just saying. Isn't that crazy, though, that she can just make away with that? And I'm like, there's no repercussions for anything. Rules for thee, not for me. My favorite saying. Just popped in, and the first thing I hear is Hog2. I love this stream already. I hate it already. Look, if that's the first impression and you're in love, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for what's to come. Also, a little hydration cheers, even though this isn't hydrating. This is diuretic, so I'm going to shit myself later. Look, I've been good today. I've gotten a lot of work done. Pretty much what I'm trying to do if you're curious about what's been on Beta's docket recently. I've been working on password manager stuff. I've had like 200, 300 like accounts and stuff to organize for passwords, not including ones that are already on my phone. I've had all sorts of art that I wanted to organize in this spreadsheet that I have to be able to post it to multiple platforms. And I've wanted to get a bunch of like my backlog of like YouTube shorts uploaded to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. So what I have been doing is getting into a routine each day of like at least scheduling away 2 YouTube shorts or TikToks, 2 art pieces, and at least 2 email password login thingies. That is like my bare minimum that I try to do each day for like work in that sense. Just so like I'm not sitting there for one day going through hundreds of passwords. Or I'm not sitting there one day going through hundreds of art pieces trying to title and name them. I'm doing it like little bits and pieces at a time so that eventually, you know, when the time comes, come like September at this point, I have most of my shit done and organized. So it's not that much of a worry of trying to get it all done when I need to. It's just doing it intermittently through time. I don't know. I've taken on the kind of ideology of like, I don't know if you guys got it, but I definitely had summer homework from when I was in private Catholic school. Like where our Spanish teacher would give us like a whole like 20-page packet of like Spanish things to write down and learn and do over time throughout the span of a summer. And we'd obviously have like summer reading for English or history or something. And so instead of doing it all at once, like 2 to 3 days before, you'd do it like bits and pieces throughout like a week, like 15 pages, read it over the span of like half a week, or 30 pages, just so you get through the book evenly. And that's what I've been kind of taking on in terms of all the separate tasks that I need, including like cleaning. I've had to like clean my place recently, including my room, so I'm kind of doing that little bits and pieces, like, all right, what can I do today? And it's just kind of one chill thing to do. And then I'll feel accomplished with that and not feel like, oh, I have all this other stuff to do. It's kind of like the ideology of eating an elephant one piece at a time. Just saying. Also, hi, Anuka. I hope you're doing well. How is the big well friend? How are you? How are the wife and kids? Are you staying life jacking? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm glad we only had summer reading. I'm actually kind of glad that I had summer reading because, one, it helped me recognize that Spark Nose was a thing, and two, it also just helped me to keep reading. Like, reading is very, very tough for me to do, especially in the summer when I just have so many other things I'd rather be doing. I remember in high school, I don't know if you guys had to do this when you got into high school. As soon as I got into high school, for history, I had to read the Iliad. The Iliad, like the 600-plus book, epic, as it were. It's called an epic, because it's like an epic story, a tale, you know, of Achilles and, you know, the storming of Troy, Trojan horse stuff. Well, though I think it's more beforehand rather than after. But even still, it's just one of those things where I had to read through it. I'm like, I have no clue what the fuck I am doing. Crazy. How do you feel that the Moobs clip reached 6,000 views on YouTube? Moobs clip? What's Moobs clip? Which clip specifically is that? Also, hi, Lamppost, or random person. Hope you're doing well. Always staying life jacket? Good. As you should be, Anuka. Look, I wouldn't be opposed to get some life jacket art with you at some point. When I have money. Look, I've been trying to be good about saving money, especially for Megaplex, and because I want to get some projects done and throw them at, like, editors. I've had a few different peeps, like, message me and be like, hey, I'm available for the summer for editing. If you want anything, I'm like, sure. Why is this stream YouTube featured? You're telling me you don't want to see a fursuiter or furry go over all his fursuit pictures? Come on. Look, if it's being featured on your page, it's for some reason. Either YouTube's broken or you're secretly a furry. Or not, you know. I don't really care if you are or you aren't. If you're entertained, that's all that matters. And you clicking on this probably didn't do any favors for your recommended. I've been watching you recently, but YouTube is now explicitly saying that they want me to watch the stream. Aw, well, I appreciate it. First off, I appreciate you enjoying my stuff. It means a lot. And second, I'm sorry that it's so in your face. That can only mean horrible things for if you pop open YouTube, like if a friend's over or you have, or your parents are in the room, and then as soon as first thing that's featured is furry stuff. But here's the thing too. I will promise you this, you'll never get any sort of cropped imagery in my thumbnails. You'll never get that from now on. From now on, okay, I will say that used to be an era in time where people did that. Not to say they've stopped, but some people just, you know, still have. It's one of those things, though, where I'm like, oh, yeah, it was a thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's probably not good, and then I stopped doing it. You know, you live and learn. That's really it. But, you know, just know you will never have to worry about having a furry struggle moment where you open YouTube and then you see the most, questionable media pop up on your feed. At least from me. At least from me. I won't be contributing to that, hopefully. Ender, here's the thing, too. You know what's funny about me? I am so bad at cleaning my own home. I'm so much better at cleaning other people's things. Like, if a friend has, like, something that needs to be cleaned, I'm so much better at, like, going to their place and cleaning their stuff rather than my own, like, mess. Which this room is still a mess. I need to, like, vacuum and mop after I have everything, like, vacuum packed and sealed. I have to put away a bunch of my con stuff still. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something pretty cool right now, okay? I have been meaning to hang up a couple of the art pieces and badges that I got from Austria. And you see that little, like, gap on the corkboard? We're going to throw up some stickers and shit that we got. I just have to pick and choose the right ones and not random ones that I shouldn't. So we'll end up doing, I think we'll do this. We'll do the art piece that I got. We'll do the little sketch that Kai did for me, and then we'll do a little badge thingy that Lykeon did for me. So we'll hang those up. We'll pin those up. You get to see Beta stand up for half a second. And maybe, I don't know. Why do my knees crack? Oh my lordy. A Trojan fursuit full of ants. Anties? I kind of like the idea of it being full of ants, you know. I think it being full of ants is so much better. Alright. Alrighty. So how do I want to hang this up? I'm sure it'll be fine if I put a pin in it, right? Like, it's already... Oh, princess! It's already laminated, so it should be fine. I'll probably just hang it up like, you know, let's move, the man, the myth, the legend. What's his name again? How did I forget his name? Fuck. Oh, I love him. I just forget his name. I'm bad with names recently. I don't know what's wrong with me. Also, I'm trying to read chat from a distance, and I'm very bad at it, so I do apologize. You know what? How about this? Let's throw you, like, right here. Let's throw you right in here. Let's throw the trash man right here. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll put you, like, right here. Yeah. Little chillin' dog. I think that's a little bit better than nothing. No dogs on today's stream, let me tell you that. Not unless Monty is ready to, within 7 seconds, gift 10 subs. We're not having the dogs out this stream. No, sir. I'm not showing Levi. Why are you being weird? Payzone, you truthfully, and I mean this in all due respect, you're annoying. Bye. Oh, princess. This is blurry far in the distance, chat. Well, it wasn't even blurry for me. It was just, you know, words that were so tiny I can't read them from a distance. It's not even blurry. I'm so lazy with cleaning my stuff, but other stuff is like, this is unacceptable, I must clean. Literally. That's me at parties. I take on the role of just, like, cleaning the shit that isn't mine, or I'll just, like, be at, like, the dishwashing station. And I'll be working on that, like, throughout the con, because it's just, like, social stuff scares me, and, like, I'm anxious, so I deal with other things, and, you know, I'd rather be helpful and useful there, so that's what I end up doing. But, yeah. There. Moob clip is in the Stream Clips channel on Discord. What the fuck is the moob clip? Is that me with my feet, my tootsies, the princess tootsies thing clip that I did? I don't know. I'll check it out. I'm sure it's the one. Yeah, it's one of the Stream Clips somewhere. I don't even know what this was. Oh, that was when I was chilling with Jake. Oh, good times. How the hell does it have 6,000 views on YouTube? Where on YouTube is it? That's awesome that clips that I don't even upload are making views. Am I going to become one of those, like, moist critical stream highlight channels? You know how those exist? You know how people just take VODs of moist critical reacting to something and he might not even do a video on it? And they'll just upload that as a clip? That's a genius idea. God. Money-making machine. Someone else takes the hit in revenue for me. Beta reacts. Watch the clip, though, but I can't really show it to chat. Well, at least I think I can. Can I? Should be able to. Let's see. Let's give it a watch. You know what? I can at least try to go to this face cam bottom right. All right. What's going on here? What's going on with this? We'll at least watch the clip, okay? 6,000 views on this? God damn. Was it like a YouTube short? If it's a YouTube short, then it's absolutely going to get, like, views. I didn't post this. Where is this posted, Lamppost? Why is it so blurry? Did someone record this with their fucking phone? Alright, what's this clip, then?
Happy unbirthday, how about that?
Happy birthday, Jake.
My moobs wobble. What the fuck is that first 3 words? Okay, give me a second try. Don't say anything! I got this. My moves wobble and bobble as I run to you, my panther pie. My, loving regrets. I hate this so much.
I think the cut at the end is what makes it. Oh, text-to-speech. Oh, text-to-speech. Not text-to-speech. The whole redeem for Deku voice. How I will never not love you. How the hell does that have the views that it does? That is crazy. Would have never expected that, but I'm also just not opposed in the slightest, eh? If it gets views, if people enjoy it, that's all that matters to me. If you enjoy content, you enjoy content. You know, I got nothing else besides that. I'm just a weird dog. I've been any whore. What the fuck were we talking about before this? Oh yeah, I put the art up. Still got some organizing and shit that I gotta do. I've just been kind of scatterbrained and also been a little bit directionless with what I want to do in life. But also just like, I don't know, gotta chill and enjoy the summer sometimes. So that's what I'll probably be doing for a lot of this week. You need to react to other React videos the next meta. See, what I wanted to do, and Snowy has still yet to send this to me, because I don't know if he has it, I wanted to react and rank his Fursona rating that he gave me when he reviewed and rated my... I want to do... I follow 4'12" energy. Do I really give off, like, 4'12" vibes? Do I give off 4'12" vibes? Like, actually? No way. Guys, how tall do you think I am? Or how short do you think I am? Guys, I'm not that short. 4'7". Shut the fuck up. I am not 4'7". You're just saying that to gaslight me. Or are you just trying to get more of my personal information on the internet? Not that it matters, you know? How about this? I'll answer it with the usual story that I tell, which thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted sub. Now you get me to tell a story, which kind of irks me at times that this happens so frequently. Whenever someone asks how tall I am, it's usually within comparison to how tall I am to someone else. Oh, Beta, how tall are you? Oh, I'm 5'10". No, you're not 5'10". What do you mean I'm 5'10"? No, I'm 5'10" and you're taller than me. Okay, well, I'm 5'11" then. No, you're not. What do you mean? I'm like 5'10", 5'11". No, you're not 5'11". I'm 5'11" and I'm taller than you. Okay, well, I'm 5'10" and 3/4. Oh, why being so specific? Why not just round up to 5'11"? Because you argue with me any answer that I give! So yeah, that is why saying my height is so goddamn complicated. Every single time. It's never 5'10", 5'11". Remember back in the day, and this is from me in school, like the difference between 5'11" and 6 foot, and they do those over drastically like proportioned memes where you have like a super tall giant versus like the shortest guy you know. 5'11" versus 6 foot. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Now that 5'10" and 5'11" is the new thing. Because I can't get a good in between. I am, if you want to know my exact height, I am 5'10.75". I'm 5 feet, 10.75 inches. That is how tall I am. Directly, exactly, to a T. As of my last doctor's visit. But no matter what I say, someone is going to fucking argue with me. And you're driving me up the wall. You're driving me up the wall. So in other words, I'm not 5'12". I'm like, give or take a whole foot above that, which is pretty funny. I don't know, how do I give off like short person vibes? Is it just because I'm constantly like sitting down and the camera is aimed down at me? I don't know. Whatever, it sucks to suck. And when it sucks to suck, it's me. I'm sucking. Well, at least I swallow, okay? Because you're friends with Jake? Yeah, I'm friends with Jake. Actually, I think I'm slightly taller than Jake. IRL. Not in VR. I mean, in VR, he's always going to be taller than me. I'm always going to be, like, eye level with his pecs. And then be like, oh, Werepanther friend. Can you bounce my face with your fists? Like you bounce your pecs back and forth. Awa. And he never does. And he's like, Beta, I'm not punching you in the face. I'm like, I never said that. I never said that. That's you putting words in my mouth. That's not cool, Jake. That's really not cool. Also, if you guys haven't followed Jake, go and follow him now. He's live on Twitch. He's doing a collab with Taz. Oh, we love Taz. Taz is such a sweetie. I want to put him in a life jacket. I say that with all sorts of lovely, lovely beans. Oh, but yeah, if you want to know how tall I am, it's that. 10.75 inches, 5 feet. From what I remember, I'm 5'11", and you were taller than me, but I could have been slouching heavy, so I don't really know. Or it could be the shoes. You know, shoes always have, like, a big effect, and people will never not take that into account. Pup Sentinel, thank you for resubbing. Greatly appreciate it.
4 months. Awu.
Oh, that was really cute. 4 months. Awu. I love that. Thank you so much for the 4-month resub, Pup Sentinel. I appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the emotes for a whole another month. And thank you for the support. Probably was the shoes? Probably. Probably. I wear some hefty sneakers. Not Skechers or anything. I don't even know what I wear. Honestly, like, I think the way I've worn shoes is, like, my parents, or my mom specifically, will always buy me a new pair of shoes, like, every Christmas or so. And that's what I use as, like, my new shoes that I get. I don't buy new shoes, I just get given new shoes. Which, actually, my foot size is a whole other department. Guess how big my feet are? You know what? No matter how I said it, it was going to come out weird. How big do you think my feet are? Because I'm 5'10" and 3/4. How big do you think my feet are? I guess I sucked too hard. Yeah, I guess I did. Have one of those quotes. 12, size 5. 10, size 12. 8, 9.5. Bigger. Bigger. I'll tell you how big my feet are. I have some chonky ass tootsies, okay? And this is where I'm really mad that I got scammed out of a feet pic transaction. On my AD account, someone had wanted feet pics for $600. I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely. Knowing how big those chonkers are, absolutely. My shoe
feet.
I mean, that was kind of warranted. It's not going to be a slight slurp like that, okay? It's going to be a big, like... So my shoe size is 13.5 inches wide. 13.5 inches wide. Those are massive fucking feet. And I didn't realize how big they were until I went to get new shoes. And they're like, oh, these are huge. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, these are the biggest feet. Of course, you know, there's someone helping me try on shoes and try new ones, get fitted for some. They're like, these are the biggest feet that I've seen. I'm like, thank you? And I exactly made that sound as well. You know, insert internal sucking fart noise. Yeah. But, yeah, 13.5 inches wide. Borderline 14 inches. 14 inches is like a loose fit on me. But 13.5 inches wide is so fucking big. And that's why, for me, I'm kind of shocked no one's hopped on the opportunity to get feet pics, you know? Aren't those supposed to sell well? Don't people like that? I'm just saying, like, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. But I'll sell them. I almost did. That was the thing on my AD account. And this is going to be a whole video that I want to do at some point, just for fun, because it's a funny little thing. Someone had reached out and messaged me, and it ended up being like a scammer at the end of the day. They wanted me to send them money on, what was the app again? Fuck, it's like Cash App. That's what it was. Wanted me to send me money on Cash App, send me a transaction for like $600, and then I'd send them feet pics. Which I'm like, you know what? That's pretty valid. I mean, they're pretty big feet if you've done your research about me. They're pretty big and pretty good feet. All I really need to do is get like a nice pedicure and they're going to look all nice and spick and span and all that. But they ended up being a scammer. And pretty much the whole series of events that followed was they wanted me to send them money on Cash App. And I ended up needing to activate my Cash App because that's a whole thing with like a payment processor thing. And so they're like, oh, you can invest it in some sort of crypto thing. I'm like, fine. I'll put it in Bitcoin, I guess, just to activate it, like $20 or something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to send you this money. Here's what you need to do. You send me the money now that my account is active, and then I'll send the feed pics. And they keep arguing with me of like, they can't, and they're sending screenshots of them sending money to other people. And I'm like, okay, well, this is really sus. Either that, and he's like, I have to wait a month. I'm like, okay, wait a month, and then come back later. And within a week, their account was suspended for suspicious activity. So I wasn't getting those feed pics. But on a turn of other events, I thought because I had invested money into, you know, Bitcoin on Cash App, I was like, okay, you know, $20 is gone. Went back to check. After investing $28, my Bitcoin was worth $29.1. So I withdrew that immediately and made $1.11, baby, sitting on my Cash App. So you know what? Wasn't entirely a loss at the end of the day. It has a funny ending. And so I'll definitely end up doing a fully fledged video on that story time later, because it's fucking wild, man. It's wild. But it's just one of those where, like, even with my experience with being on the internet and knowing how, like, scam messages work, the message that they sent me seemed pretty, like, fine. Like, pretty okay. for the messages and discussion back and forth about how the transaction would go and, you know, payment and whatnot, like, it seemed like it made sense. It wasn't like one of those to make me immediately believe that they were trying to scam me. So, you know, it's just one of those where, like, look for context clues, use some critical thinking before you send anything or before you give any information to anyone. And it's just like, you know, it's telling a funny story at the end of the day. And it's also putting into perspective of, like, all the fucking weird Telegram scam bots that I keep getting messages from, where it's just like, I'll tell the story in a video. But point being, my Tootsie's almost paid sizable amount of money, borderline a rent payment. But hey, if anyone wants some, come find me on the appropriate account, I guess. Crazy, man. Fucking wild. Oh. If it's from someone you don't know, ignore it. This is internet safety basics. We were taught this in school, and there's still kids getting scammed. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those where, like, I'm in a very social position, so I have to obviously keep in mind who I am messaging and do some, like, research beforehand. Like, that sense. Not anything, like, too bad. It's just more of, like, being cognizant. Being cognizant of who you're talking to and what it is. I know, like, basic internet safety, but it's just one of those things where you think that it's pretty fine, but it wasn't. Not that I lost anything, it just ended up in a pretty funny story at the end of the day. And then I'll make a video from that, and maybe that'll make some money back, but I don't really know. I'm just gonna do the video for fun at the end of the day. Not anything super complicated, just fun. Oh, speaking of AD Battle Pass stuff, I got a payment sent to me. Yippee! I get paid! You know what's funny about that, too? Which is another video I want to discuss about, like, you know, doing both. Having, like, you know, being a content creator, full-time, YouTuber and all that, safe for work in the spotlight. Also being able to do, like, adult, after dark, NSFW stuff, you know, separately. That's a whole video that I want to have, like, a discussion on, too, because I think that's very appropriate and important to keep in mind. Because what's really funny about it is I use that whole thing, that whole side gig, to pay for my health insurance. And it covers it. Which is fucking wild. Isn't that, like, ironic at the end of the day? You know, like, that kind of work ends up paying for health insurance. Oh, crazy. Gotta hop out right now. Have a good one, Anuka, and I'll try to hit you up if I remember, but just know, rooting for you. You're awesome. You're really cool. I like waving at Anuka. His Fursona's hot. But I hope you have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, booty. Exactly. So far, loving this. Thank you. I've done absolutely nothing relating to the title of this stream or what the plan has been for today, but I am still having a good time, too. Don't you worry. I'm having a great time. I get to... Look, this is... I know my streams are wild. I don't really do much at the end of the day. I just sit here and yap. But I'm gonna be honest, this is great. It's not even like I'm getting necessarily paid to do this. I just enjoy yapping. And you guys think this is funny. This is like my comedian light tour, even though I'm not even like a comedian at all, and I never would want to be. I'd rather be laughed at than laughed with regards to my jokes. I'm like, really? That's funny? Me going, is funny from the perspective of you enjoy it, but you're not laughing at me? Crazy. Wild. Wacky. Currently struggling to make my Minecraft mod pack. Good for you. That sounded weird to say good for you. I meant to say good luck with it. Because honestly, it's rough. I know nothing about modding, and let me tell you, anytime I have, it is a pain in the ass. I think there was one point when I was, like, super into Minecraft as a kid, and I really wanted to add in... I think it was Feed the Beast. Does anyone remember that mod pack? Feed the Beast? That was back when, like, Team Martin and Syndicate... Oh my god, that was ancient times. Does anyone remember Syndicate and Team Martin? God damn. I mean, it's probably most of you do not remember or know anything about it. I mean, hell, even when I was doing my my presentation for my panel, I had asked, like, does anyone know who SSOHPKC is, or Seamus, or the Creature Hub? And it's like, that was like ancient times of YouTube, back when things were so good. Back when you had to partner with Machinima if you were a gaming content creator to make money. I actually had to partner with one of those one time. This is actually an ancient story from, like, when I just started YouTube. I had originally been, like, a Let's Play channel and done those, like, SpongeBob Let's Play video game videos where I played through SpongeBob. Yeah, I know. What a shocker. You drop all your fine china on the floor, all because you hear. So, my favorite furry YouTuber is now a Let's Player. God damn it. But, in all seriousness, I used to do that. And there was a point where those videos were popping off super hard. Where, through the old YouTube messaging platform that was on YouTube, like, someone who was, like, a recruiter from one of those gaming network things wanted to partner me so I could make money. And let me tell you, it was probably the best decision of my life as, like, I think I was 14 at the time doing YouTube, and then, like, my parents were, like, my guardians, or, you know, my 18 plus support to be able to sign on for it. And that's when I started making money from those Let's Play videos. I said no. No, I didn't say no. I said yes to one of them, but this was when they had kind of existed at the time of, like, 2014. Because you couldn't, if you didn't know, there was a time where you couldn't monetize your content on YouTube specifically. You had to go through another platform because you didn't own any of, like, the game that you were playing. And so, like, these networks would act as, like, a buffer for that for you to be able to monetize it. So there was, like, Machinima. I think IGN had one. There was one called the Gaming Network, or TGN. I partnered with them at the time. There was another one called Curse Network. But TGN was the one that I went with. And it actually wasn't bad. There wasn't anything, like, super bad or insignificant that was a problem with it. I think they had just dissolved as, like, a network right before all the stuff that happened with Machinima. And so I was just fine, but at that point, like, I was already, you know, monetizing my own stuff on YouTube. It was just, like, one of those things where, like, yeah, at the time, things kind of worked out where I wasn't partnered with anyone when everything was just before everything had fallen apart. Which is more of the point, you know, don't really read the fine print of, like, who you partner with. I get messages like that all the time of, like, hey, you know, partner with this sponsorship network so we can get you sponsorships and you get payments for paid promotion. It's like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather, like, the individual companies reach out to me. In fact, because I am a furry content creator, I would much rather work with furry businesses and promote their stuff. I was actually thinking of doing that at some point. I know someone had reached out to me about some, like, one of their store envy shop things and wanted me to promote their stuff. And they did some, like, 3D printing stuff, and I wanted to promote it. So, might work something out with them to do some sort of paid promotion for a video sort of thing. But I'm also thinking of, like, reaching out to other furry companies about doing one too. Like, not gonna lie, we'll say, even before I've even thought about wanting to send the message to them, I've thought about reaching out to Angie Paws about getting some sort of sponsorship thing going with them. Of, like, you know, a paid promotion in a video of, like, hey, do you want some femboy furry thigh highs? Do you want to be a real programmer? Well, here you go. And then having some sort of, like, code or having some sort of paid promotion thingy. I would love to do something like that. Worst they can say is no. I mean, true. And it also, good thing too, it helps me kind of put together a more, what is it? Proper, well, what is it? Like, bit professional, that's the word. A more professional message or email, which is something that I need to get better at personally. So you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to probably reach out to them. Because I've seen them, they had reached out to me 2 years back, and I forgot to message them back. Oopsies. So, you know, maybe it would be a fun little thing. I want to work with, like, furry businesses. Now that I've, like, kind of broken the ice with doing, like, paid promotion, which actually that whole thing that I had for the paid promotion on that Anthrocon video that I did, that worked out, actually. So, pretty happy about that. I would just love to work with, like, other furry businesses to promote their stuff, because I think, you know, if I enjoy what they make, and I'm going to talk about what they make, why not have it be, mutual interest sort of thing. So that's just a fun little thing I'm looking to really get into eventually. Outside of that, it's just like, keep making the videos that I do, but just add in some fun little tidbits here and there. It just seems fun. It just seems fun. I don't know. I've just had all these ideas for things that I wouldn't normally do. I think because I went out of my comfort zone with going to Europe, it has really pushed me to want to keep going out of my comfort zone with whatever videos and projects and things that I want to do. So it's been pretty beneficial there. I would say I'm doing pretty good. Will also be a great way for other furries to learn more about other furry companies. Yeah. I mean, I had wanted to do that for even a separate video too, where I wanted to do like furry, what was it? Like furry businesses, furry products that I bought. And I go over all the individual products that I received and try them out and give my honest thoughts and opinions on it. But it's like meshing it all into one video is kind of eh. And it also is like kind of fighting for competition in some way, and I don't really want that. So I'm thinking maybe if I do it for like separate videos or as like a paid promotion for like individual videos, it wouldn't be a bad idea either. So yeah. Also, thank you, Silent Pause, for the €5. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Beta, I hope you have a great stream. By the way, I'm Irish. Well, hello, Silent Pause. Glad to hear that I have Irish viewers, and I appreciate the support. And I probably will have a good stream. Thank you for that. Why do I say probably? I'm already having a great stream as is. I'm getting to chat with you guys. But, I love yapping. Little leprechauns in chat. What's that whole saying from Hellsing Abridged? God, Hellsing is... I should rewatch that. What a great fucking anime series. What a great anime series. What's the whole saying in the Abridged series of like, if I shoot the leprechaun, will you bleed out Lucky Charms? Okay, that doesn't sound good within the context of responding to someone who sent me a super chat. And no, I'm not going to shoot you, I promise. It was just a whole meme saying, okay, I'm just gonna drink my coffee, okay? I can go like this. Also, hi, Duke of Donuts. How you doing? How you be? We should probably read over that article at some point. But I also do want to go over FurTrack, because that was something that I said that I would go over. Anything else that I've missed that you guys want me to, I guess, cover or discuss before we jump into today's stuff, which really hasn't been much? It's just yapping dog, usual yapping dog. You'll get to FurTrack eventually. I will. I have it open right now, and I've been meaning to do it just as kind of, I think what I want to try doing, not as a means of like overshadowing. I know there was that whole arc where I did nothing but stream highlight videos. I kind of want to dabble in that a little bit. Just a little bit, but not to the point where it is so disingenuous and so annoying. I want to dabble in that a little bit, so I'm probably going to try that a little bit. Try it just a smidge. What is FurTrack? I don't think I've ever heard of it. I live under a rock. It's basically a way for photographers and fursuiters to be able to see the pictures that are taken of them at like cons or furry events. Because a lot of times, if you're a fursuiter, there are going to be plenty of moments where people are going to ask for a picture of you. And you're going to pose and think, wow, that was a really cool picture. Oh, they're already gone. Can't even ask them if I'm going to see the photo or if they could send it to me. Well, a good workaround to that without having to do any of the interaction stuff, upload it to FurTrack and tag the fursuiter with it. And that's where a lot of times, if you check like after a con, give or take after say a Austria or any of the cons that I go to at Megaplex or something, I'll take like a week or two after the con, and then I'll check FurTrack to see whatever photos people took of me that were uploaded there and tagged with my fursuit, so then I can see the photos that were taken. Because a lot of times, too, when you have photographers that have all sorts of equipment and big camera rigs and setups, usually they want to edit those photos later, too, and that takes a lot of time to do from someone who has edited photos before and has plenty of friends who are photographers. Play on words there. It takes a lot of time, and so getting to every single one and uploading them is very, very exhausting. So, usually takes some time. And that's why, for me, I have given it, like, the rule of thumb of waiting, like, a week or two after a con, or maybe a month, and just checking back every so often to see what ends up coming up. And for me, even on my FurTrack page for, I think it's Levi Sheppy. That's what they called me. And then there's also one for Maverick, which I'll check out too. I haven't checked out any of my FurTrack in a while, and so I want to look over it. I want to look over all the photos that I took and talk about all the memories from those photos, and you know, just kind of go over what I end up doing for like poses and fursuit photos, because a lot of times people would be like, hey, can I get a pic of you? And I have to pose, and I am really bad at that, truthfully. I got to get fruitier with my poses, okay? I can't just do like the hands on hips or like the crossed arms or like this. I can do it, but I got to get a bit wild. I'm thinking something like, next time someone asks for my fursuit photo, I'm thinking of something kind of like this. Yeah, something like that. I have to fart, so I'm going to stop doing this position. I'm going to get back to my chair, because that would be very awkward. We don't like being awkward on stream now, do we? Yeah, you know, I'm going to probably pull out something like that. And that is also bound to get, like, at least 5 other people taking the photo. So you know what? Go above and beyond with your fursuit photos. Obviously, you know, be aware of your surroundings and where you are and who you're around. Why is there so much earwax in this? Sorry about that, chat. Screenshot? I mean, clip it. Clip it and ship it. Look, here's the thing, too, and I said this to Snowy earlier. Oh my god, I have a clip to show you. In just a sec. What I said to Snowy earlier, my content is your content. If you want to make clips of me and upload them and post them wherever, be my guest. Because here's the thing, too. Sometimes, if the editing's really good, I might want to hire you to work on some of my videos. So it works out in some ways. That's how it actually happened once, where someone made a couple of, like, YouTube shorts and like clips of like my videos or like some of my streams, and then they were really good when they were uploading them. Like, instead of being like, hey, could you take down like my content and videos, could be like, hey, these are awesome, do you want to like work on some of my videos for me that I could upload? Turns into an opportunity. It's another way of looking at it. And so that actually has led to some like folks working with me in the future, so that's pretty cool. You know, fun little thing. I don't know what that has to do with FurTrack, and I don't know what we were talking about beforehand. Oh yeah, the clip. I forgot about the clip. Basically, my content is your content at the end of the day. Just don't re-upload my basic videos and stuff. Anyways, what was the clip that Snowy sent me? So, remember yesterday's stream where Monty had gifted me 10 subs within 7 seconds of me saying that I would take off my socks and show the dogs on stream for 10 gifted subs? Snowy had visited my stream ever so briefly when he was streaming. And he clipped it and is going to turn it into a YouTube short on his end. It is so fucking funny. Gosh, I love Snowy. Where's that clip? Alright. So, this was when his stream broke the other day. This is when his stream broke, and he couldn't get into VR, so he ended up doing like a PNG tuber stream. I think this was literally yesterday. What the hell is going on? Okay, so this is the clip. I'm not gonna full screen it because it's just so fucking funny as is. So this is Snowy, just chilling. He was about to play Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? And and he pulled up my stream. It is so fucking funny. Oh, there we go. There's the rest of the screen. God damn. Yeah, go and check out the clip name. Let's check in on Beta's stream. Because this needed to happen. This absolutely needed to happen. So, here's what we got.
And I just love...
Oh, Snowy. Oh, hey, look, that's me. Whoa, that's crazy. Gosh, I love this. Also,
you know, there's just so...
for a split second, look at my fucking calves, man. I know I'm thick for days. My calves and thighs are not going away. That's just more genetics. No matter how much weight loss I have, those are not going away. Look at my fucking calves, man. Crazy. Crazy. But, keep going with the clip.
So much we could do. It's just fantastic. Oh, ew! It's his feet! Oh my, what is he doing on his stream? Why would he do that?
Okay, so he wasn't a fan of the feet. Honestly, understandable. That also wasn't even intentional, if I'm being entirely honest. I just forgot, oh yeah, I don't have socks on in Monty. And I explained to him the whole story with it. Oh my goodness gracious. He loved it. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. But just the clip of him seeing that, just one more time.
And I just love...
I love it when my friends come into my stream randomly and they just see me, like, doing this shit. This is the energy that I try to have going into any of my streams, okay? I love this. I love this energy. Crazy.
You know, there's just so much we could do. It's just fantastic. Oh, ew! It's his feet! Oh my, what is he doing on his stream? Why would he do that?
It wasn't even that. He's like disgusted beyond belief. He's just like a confused grandmother of like, why would he do that? Oh no, like just so confused. God, I love my friends. I am so... I will never not say it. I am never, ever not proud. So proud beyond belief and so happy that Snowy is streaming. I am so incredibly proud of him. Because if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have amazing moments like that. God, it's so good. And hey, Snowy got to see my feet. And the rest of his chat. I can't hear you right now, but hello, Beta. I'm going to put you inside of a Tesseract forever. Ooh, am I going to look like the Pot of Greed? You know how Pot of Greed look? Hold on. Hold on, I have another thing to show you. You know how Pot of Greed looks? Where's my Pot of Greed? Where's the picture of my face? Where's the meme of me as Pot of Greed? Someone drew me as Pot of Greed. No, wait. My friend edited me as Pot of Greed. Am I going to look like Pot of Greed in the Tesseract, Ivy? Is this going to be me? So it's gonna be in the Tesseract Pot of Greed. Yes, this is actually me, chat. So that's a picture of me on Pot of Greed. I think Jal edited this. God, Jal is so good with video thumbnails. You know what? If I ever do a video on the Beta Ada Delota situation is wild, talking about some drama, I'm gonna have that be the thumbnail. Just me as Pot of Greed. I know, it's a banned card. They can't use Pot of Greed anymore. The reason why it's banned, chat, is because basically it's a deck thinner. And it just kind of... It's one of those where it makes decks much thinner than they should, because technically it's like, oh, a card that gives you 2 more cards. It technically means that you have 39 cards in your deck. From that one, which isn't bad, you know, end up doing whatever you want with it, but it's like, they ended up banning it, which is a shame, but that's how it be. But yeah, that was a fun story with Snowy. God, I love Snowy. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him as a streamer, so proud of him as a friend. So many lovely friends that stream now. Also, if you can hear me at any point, Ivy, hello, you're good soup. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying life jacket. Rapid fire, saying hi to people. God, never not a good thing. But yeah. Also, thank you, Loseril. I appreciate it. Pokemon Pocket TCG has Professor's Research, which is basically the same. Yeah. But that's also the thing. Pokemon TCG is a different... It's a different kind of vibe to a game. Like, yeah, some of it relies on the cards that you can get in your deck, but a lot less of it does because the deck size is 20 cards. And you also don't deck out as soon as you, what is it? As soon as you draw all cards. You just kind of keep playing, you don't draw until you lose. Which means that the whole form of, I guess, playing the card game, the Pokemon Pocket TCG, because I've learned it, actually, because I do play the TCG simulator, which, actually, I can open a booster pack right now. Hold on. I'm actually going to do that for you guys. How about this? We'll open a TCG pack, and then we'll get into going over FurTrack, because that was the thing that I said that I'd do today, and I haven't done that yet. Whoopee! But anyways, there's been a new pack recently for, like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And so I've been absolutely in love with it. I think I'm going to open Wisdom of Sea and Sky. Or the second one with Lugia. So we're going to open this one. I loved Lugia as a kid. Such a cool Pokemon. We're going to open this. Because I want
3
to.
3 weeks till Megaplex.
3 weeks? Oh my god. I still have so much I need to do. Oh, I still have so much I need to do. Chimerical, thank you for the 7-month resub. And thank you for reminding me that I have such little time to get ready for a con that I'm not even ready for. Thank you for the support. Can we get some life jackers and 88 hearts in the chat? I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. But either way, let's open let's open some Lugia pack. Let's do a Pokemon TCG pack together. What are you guys feeling for this one? Do I rotate it right or left? Which way is left or right? Which one are you feeling is going to have a hollow in it? Left? Okay, okay, we go left. There you go. Left, right, 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 right. I choose this one. I choose this one. All right. No hollow. Oh, but a new card. I got a Mantine. Heatmore. Don't know what the fuck that thing is. Never used it. Lediba. Apom. Quillfish. Elekid. I already have it. Oh, that's it. Well, that was kind of sad. Well. Oh, hey, look, my camera lighting's better. Huh, isn't that crazy how that works? Why does that work that way? I've been wanting it to look this way for... Now I can turn down my lights a little bit and not blind myself. I'm so sad, man. FurTrack, more like fur off track, literally. Instead of actually doing what we're supposed to and covering something for a high YouTube moment. I'm sitting here opening Pokemon cards. Digital Pokemon cards. That don't matter. I'm never going to get that hollow. I did get a shiny Moltres, though, which I actually needed for my fire deck. Because that card is super fucking broken. Just get one...
Maverick.
What is it? Fire element? Fire energy on it? Then it can get up to 3 on any benched Pokemon. Just set up with Charizard or Arcanine. You're fine. You're fine. Get got. Get got, idiot. Dummy. But yeah. Yeah, I know. The power of Pokemon TCG Pocket Edition fixed it. I guess so. It wasn't even part of the plan. It just happened. I don't know why that's what it took, but now my lighting's fixed for my stream. I need to get like a proper camera, man. The one that I have is good. It's like a Panasonic 4K camcorder, which I know camcorder is not really great, but like it works. It works. The only problem is it just keeps changing like the tone and saturation and everything. It's not really fun. But you need 3 energy. For the Ho-Oh EX... Oh no, for the Moltres EX, you don't need that. Ho-Oh EX, you need 3. Moltres EX, you just need 1. Because you flip 3 coins. And that I ended up getting 2 of those Ho-Ohs. Or not 2 of those Ho-Ohs. Two of them things. For Moltres. I like kissing men, personally. I like kissing hot men. I also like kissing my friends. That's another thing. I kiss a lot of my friends because, you know, they mean a lot to me. Like, I give, like, nice forehead kisses for, like, sweet dreams. Or just on the cheek because it's just like, you know, I like... My friends mean a lot to me. My friends are my power. Yeah, Moltres is basically an energy battery for the Pokemon Pocket TCG. That's what I learned very quickly. But outside of that, I haven't really needed to use any other sort of deck because, one, the only other one that I use is just Giratina and Darkrai with, like, a Dark archetype or Dark energy. And then I just sweep with, like, my Giratina's cards. So, yeah, pretty cool. It's the kiss the homies goodnight meme. Literally, you gotta kiss your homies goodnight sometimes. That's it. It's okay to do. Depending on the homie. Obviously. But yeah, honestly, Nothing extravagant on the docket today. Just been having a great time with y'all. I'm kind of thinking, you know, if we do end up putting the Brock the Investigator off, we could do that on Friday as, like, our dedicated stream where we play a furry game. Because I don't know if I'm going to do a full playthrough on it. And I also don't want to, like, single dip. You know, just have, like, one where I'm like, I'd rather full dedicated. So today I'm thinking, what other game could we play? Unless you want to watch me play Deadlock, which is a bad decision. You don't want to watch me play Deadlock. Either that or, we could work on a thumbnail. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I have to work on a thumbnail for one of my videos that I have coming out at some point. It's basically my first time playing through Peak and getting my first solo run. I gotta make a thumbnail, kind of play on words of, like, beta is peaking. And having, like, the little... the little peaking sticker that my, that an artist friendo Breast Biscuit ended up doing for me. And I'm like, ooh, I could totally farm content for this and make it seem like it's something it isn't. Beta is peaking, and then makes it look like the whole peekaboo meme. That would be pretty funny. Been thinking of actually getting one of those, unironically. I think that would be pretty good. 2 booties in less than 1 minute, fair enough. But either way, thought you were talking about the Geometry Dash level. No, I don't play Geometry Dash. Never played Geometry Dash. But either way, you know, let's switch gears and go over FurTrack finally. Because I haven't gone over that in, like, give or take a month or so. And I keep forgetting after conventions to check it to see what photos, like, folks ended up taking of me. Which is something every fursuiter should do, and also every photographer, anyone who's taking photos of other fursuiters at, like, a con or furry event should be using FurTrack. I know it's gotten, like, its own traction and its own thing, and very well this could be something that goes away within a year. But truthfully, I want to see people use it more. As a fursuiter who's taken all sorts of photos and posed for all sorts of pictures at conventions, I only see, like, a fraction of any of the photos that are taken of me. And most of the time, I don't want to be that guy to try and remember who took what photo and ask them for it later. That's a lot to keep track of, and sometimes you can't even do that in Fursuit. So FurTrack is, like, the good alternative. So let's actually get into it. I'm gonna down this coffee and we gotta get so hyped for this chat. I'm so fucking excited. Are you excited? I'm so excited. Oh my god, coffee. That really wasn't that much. Coffee at 7 p.m.? Yeah. I'm a full-time YouTuber, so I can do what I want. This stream should be called Sidetrack, since the streams keep getting sidetracked for FurTrack. Okay, listen. Now we're finally going into we're finally living up to the stream title. Only took a stream and some change for us to actually go over FurTrack. So, FurTrack. The furry photography platform archiving thing for fursuiters. I don't really know how to describe it besides you get to see your fursuit photos there. So, what is FurTrack? Well, let's put into perspective. Say you're a fursuiter. I know for some of you, probably a lot of you, that's not the case. But for me specifically, whenever I'm at conventions or any sort of furry event, I have a lot of people wanting to take photos of me, with me, asking me to pose in certain ways, sometimes from photographers with super big rigs and setups. And I don't even know who half these people are, but they want a picture of me. They're like, hey, Levi, can I get a picture of you? I'm like, sure. And they're like, okay, thank you, bye. And I don't really get the time to ask who they are, or if I could see the photo, or if they could send it to me later. And most of the time, even after conventions, I'd say give or take, I see about 10%. And that's very generous. 10% of any photos that were taken of me at a convention. And that's really sad to see. But the one solution that we found recently that a lot of folks have been using for give or take a year now is this neat little website called FurTrack. And it's pretty much your go-to uploading photos of fursuiters that you take and tagging them in so that they can see it later whenever you have the photographs or whatever ready. And so, that's what I want to go over today. The FurTrack link, or at least the FurTrack tag for my fursuits, and see what pictures that I ended up taking or having had taken of me at whatever conventions I've been to. What are the requirements to post on FurTrack? Like, I'm curious if they allow partials, full partials, or it has to be a full suit. That might be something to check on your own end with what FurTrack is. I mean, I'm just kind of going to go over basically what it is, and that's kind of what I'm doing. And FurTrack is actually, it's really cool. I didn't know about it until someone told me to check it out to see all the fursuit photos that I've had taken of me, even some that I don't even know were even taken in the first place. But for... Thank you, Pot of Greed. But for reference, this is FurTrack. This is what happens when you go to the main page. FurTrack.com. Fursuit photo and video sharing, tagging, and discovery dedicated to the fursuiters, photographers, creators, and fans of the furry fandom. So it's pretty much a nice little social, not media. It's basically a media online archive of all the fursuit photos that people take of different fursuiters. You can look it up based on maker, based on fursuiter, or based on convention, location, time. It's a really cool platform. It's a really cool resource, honestly. I don't really know what to call it specifically. I just kind of say, oh, if you want to see fursuit photos that were taken of you and you don't know where to find them, go to FurTrack. Actually, a good way of looking at it might be to go to the About section. About FurTrack is a website to easily share, tag, and search for fursuit photos. By and for fursuit photographers and fursuiters, open to all users to upload, tag, and edit any post. Join a community as we grow and have fun doing what we love. Free forever, our gift to the fandom and each other. That's good, because the amount of times that I have seen some sort of furry website or social media platform. Remember, like, furry ref sheets? Like, there was a ref sheet website where you could upload basically your, like, profile or ref sheet to, like, a website, and then people just wouldn't use it. This is one of those websites that I want people to use forever and always. Because FurTrack, we need dedicated websites that help people find specifically fursuit photos that you just don't know where they came from or who took them or when they were taken. Because I've had this happen multiple times. I would love, if I could recall every single individual, like, photo that I had posed for or taken at a convention when I've been in fursuit, there are probably a good few that I would have loved to have seen, but don't even know where I'd be able to look for them, don't even know who took them. Because most of the time, these are folks that just come by with these super big, like, camera rigs. And then you just are never able to get their business card or ask them where they are or where they could find these photos later. And it's a really big hassle. So that's why, for me, having FurTrack has been such a blessing. And you can already see it now, like the most recent photos that were posted from, I guess, whatever convention happened this last weekend. It's really crazy to think, too, that there's, give or take, a furry convention happening, like, I'd say every weekend at this point in a year. Pretty crazy. God damn, the furry fandom has grown significantly. Do you know any good places to talk or conversate with other furries besides cons and VR chat? I don't know, man. you try furry amino. You try furry amino. But either way, FurTrack is pretty cool because you can literally look up any fursuiter, any name, and you'll get to find it. You'll get to see it. And for me, this is the best way for me to find whatever photos that I didn't even know were sometimes even taken of me at cons. Also, thank you On the Toaster for the $10 super chat. That is very generous of you. Thank you kindly for that. Friendly reminder that everyone to ask before taking action with a fursuiter. Do not go up and boop someone without asking first. That's something that I had to actually actively tell people at, like, recent conventions too, because people would want to, like, boop my nose. And actually, let me bring out my fursuit. Let me bring out my fursuits. You love seeing these guys. You love seeing these guys. You love seeing the ones that don't pay rent, but they're always here, and you want to see them all the time. They're the dogs. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, these guys. So, fun little thing with that too, specifically. A lot of people really want to boop my fursuit. I have to keep telling them no, because the material on the nose is so unique and so malleable. I just want to keep the quality as best I can, truthfully. So, yeah, whenever people ask me if they can boop the snoot, I say no, and they always look so disappointed, but it's like, I'm sorry, you can touch anything else. Okay, maybe not anything else, but you get the idea. Don't touch the nose. It's very, very, very delicate material. Look at how cool it looks. It's like leather-like. I love it. I don't want that material to go away in quality, so that's why I say no boops. And that's why you gotta ask first. But, point being, they're the children, the fluffy children, the fur babies in the back. They're not even in frame properly. I want them to be in frame properly. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, look at the dogs. They're both technically dogs. So yeah. Maybe not anything else. I mean, you have to clarify that, because people will take whatever you say and run with it the whole goddamn way. I've had that happen before. You've got to be careful what you say. But also, thank you for the super chat. I do greatly appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. Ask before you touch. That's pretty much it. But pretty much what I want to do today is go over the FurTrack pictures associated with my fursuits, because truthfully, I haven't checked these out in a good long while, let alone really at all. I haven't taken the time to both download the photos that were taken and uploaded here and check them out to see, like, the context of them specifically. And truthfully, I probably would have loved to have seen these photos sooner, but regardless, that's why we check it. So a little rule of thumb, if you are a fursuiter and you just get back from a convention, give about like a 1 to 2 week period before you check FurTrack to see the photos that were uploaded. Because another thing that I realized too, even recently with like Austria, there are probably some folks who are just only now getting to a lot of the photos that they took of me and uploading them, because if you're a photographer too, it's going to take some time for you to go through all the photos that you took at a convention and also edit them and adjust them so that they look great in lighting, with saturation, with exposure and all that. Like, all of my photographer friends have still been going through, like, previous convention photos to make sure they look good. And sometimes it takes time to go through all of them and upload them and tag the appropriate people with it. So that's why furry photographers who are posting, you know, my photos here, you're doing God's work. Big shout out and thank you to you guys. You are doing amazing work. You're bringing our characters to life, more so, even making timeless memories for it. I'd say that's the best way of putting it. You know, everything's in the moment for a convention. You're making those memories timeless. So thank you for that. It's a big shout out to the furry photographers. But even then, you know, with all the photos that I've probably seen or haven't seen, a lot of them have taken some work. So I'll even for reference, we'll look at like the upload dates of when some of these photos were taken to see like what they might be different for like when the actual convention happened or when the photo was taken. Because some of these I can probably very vividly remember when these photos were taken. And I'm sure we have plenty to go through. So to start things off, we'll go with the suit that I've worn the most in recent years. Levi. And I'm assuming it's Levi Sheppy. Oh, there we go. Okay, Levi Sheppy characters. Look at that! 100 posts. Oh boy. We have a lot to go through today. But look at all these photos of me. Oh, these go back to A&E. Wait, this was posted... when was this posted? Okay, so for reference, this is like Anthro New England, I'd say like 2024. So like a year and a half ago, and this was uploaded. If this is uploaded based on date, or I guess these photos are based on like date or relevancy, recent, how they were posted. This is posted like right after FWA. Kind of crazy to think. So sometimes photos get kind of lost, and so you can expect even after like a month or something, you'll still see some photos from when they were originally uploaded. So just a little reference. See, even A&E 2014, not 2014, Jesus, I wasn't even there in 2014. You know, A&E 2025, this is me and Tibbs. I love Tibbs. I miss Tibbs. In front of the giant flashbang monitor. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm assuming the tags can be added by the community on who is the suitor and the maker is. Yeah, so like example for like here, you have tags for the character, the maker, photographer. Here's Waldo. Well, we found him, guys. He became a furry. That's what happened to Waldo. He became a furry. Wild. And then you can add other tags of like the event, Anthro New England or A&E 2024, other tags added in, species, and so on. So yeah, it's just like a neat little thing to be able to tag and look at different fursuiters and see what specifically the photo was, when it was taken, where, and giving proper credit to the photographer, which I think is really, really good. And another thing they have for a little tag, what it was created with. A Nikon D3300. D3300, I think. That's awesome. And it shows, oh my god, it shows the individual details of it. So a Nikon D3300. Nikon ARS DX Night Core 35mm f focal point 35mm, shutter 1 in 80, aperture f2, ISO 800. It's really cool, you know, you can see all these settings, and this is actually very useful for someone who has wanted to get into photography, because, like, I know I'm not going to have the money for, like, quite some time, let me say. I would love to get a really nice camera to take some good fursuit photos like this. Even just for, like, myself or, like, my friends. I'd love to get into that. It's just another form of, like, content creation, videography to some extent that I've wanted to try. I can only do so much with an iPhone, and I want something that's really, really nice, so, you know, might have to look into getting this. So seeing all these, like, I guess camera types and different settings for it helps me kind of understand what I should be maybe looking for. And of course, that's not taking into account immediately the cost. I would say a camera of this quality is probably like $2K at least. So yeah, there's that. But even still, you know, this is an example of what a FurTrack post looks like. So it shows like all the details of like who this was added by or who the photographer was. You can even go to the account here. Tenzo took a bunch of other photos. If you use my pictures, please tag me. And I did, because they ended up taking a couple of my photos at Austria, and I posted those photos. And they have all like the socials here. It's really cool. This is so neat, man. God, I'm glad that the fandom is getting more stuff like this rather than just Fur Affinity. Not to say there's anything wrong with Fur Affinity, but I think having specific platforms like this for fursuit photos is something the fandom's needed for a bit, at least to help give proper credit to photographers and help fursuiters find some of the photos that were taken of them that they don't even know where they were taken from or who took them or when they were or how to get access to them. So for me, I remember taking photos with Frodo outside the elevators at Austria in the main hotel, and I'm like, oh, I want to see those pics. I want to see the pics of me and Frodo, the lovely blue paw bean fursuiter. And I never really knew who took the photos. And lo and behold, a few days later, it was uploaded then. Oh, it shows the date of when the picture was taken, give or take. That's kind of cool too. So yeah, all I really have to do is just check FurTrack. Which again, it's not like an end-all be-all where you'll see every single fursuit photo taken of you on FurTrack. I just think it's kind of neat that this is more of a used platform. And that's also why I wanted to talk about it on stream and a video, because I want you guys to start using FurTrack more. It also depends on, you know, the user base and how much people are willing to hop on it. I think genuinely, if we can make it more of a widespread, common use thing in the fandom, it's going to help fursuiters be able to find the photos that were taken of them a lot easier. I can also see how annoying it might be to like go through all the tags and whatnot, but for me right now, it seems pretty manageable and easy. Like with the amount of times that I've fursuited as Levi around like cons and whatnot, having like 100 photos taken and 100 entries, yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. So what I want to do today is go over a bunch of the fursuit photos that I got through FurTrack. Because most of these I actually haven't even seen till now, which is pretty crazy. So just a casual reminder for fursuiters, check your FurTrack. You know you haven't, so you should. Gonna upload the photos I took at FWA with a Nintendo DSi and see if it knows what the camera was. I actually had someone who took a picture of me with a 3DS camera at Austria, and the picture looked so cool. I hope they send it to me, because it looked like a banger. I'd love to see more photos like that. I've had people take pictures of me with like a DSi, a 3DS, all these other random like photography devices. Like I love that. It's very, very endearing. And I love like the effects that it has. Like there's something like very unique about it. But either way, for me specifically, for my fursuit, I have the tag Levi_Sheppy_German Shepherd. And someone kindly added in all my tags. I have not added in any of this, by the way. I don't even have a FurTrack account. But even still, they added in a couple of details about me. My socials, my maker. For Levi, it's the Phoenix Nest. And the species is I'm a German Shepherd. And then some other tags of like the colors on my body. And it shows how many followers I have. I have 15 followers, so most followers I'll ever have on FurTrack. And then whatever posts that I have associated with my character, where I show up. And going from like most recent, we have the picture of me and Frodo by Tenzo. And you can see all the different details and descriptions of the photo, like when it was taken, the link to the picture. You can get the full-size image. You can download it. That's so cool. That's so cool. That is such good quality, too. God damn. Look at that vest. Look at that floaty vest. God, I love it. It was an absolute bitch to inflate this whole thing, let me tell you. Wait, hold on. Where are we? Oh, it downloaded in its separate tab. Okay, so yeah, it'll download in its separate tab, and then you can just save image and then go from there. So yeah, it's just a fun little thing. Like, I don't really get to go over some of my fursuit photos either. And also, this will help because it'll help me recollect, like, what the context of some of these photos were, when they were taken, what con, and who I was taking these fursuit photos with. Which is really funny because I have a really good memory, so I will remember the exact moment some of these were taken. Like, with me specifically, this was right after closing ceremonies out of Austria. I was out in the main lobby. I saw Frodo, who I think was just coming back from the closing ceremonies. They were either heading upstairs or going around, and they had delivered me a little, like, gift basket thing of all, like, the little snacks that I got, the little candies that they gave me, and some stickers. And they were in their fursuit, and I wanted to get a picture with them, because I love their suit! They're also such a big sweetie, let me just say. Frodo is such a big sweetie. I love their paws, for the record. I love their paws. But still, I ended up getting some pics with them right outside the elevator, and this was taken by Tenzo, and then you can go through and see all the other tags. The tags, I would say, don't really matter here, but, you know, they're still important to at least, you know, distinguish what the photos were. And then the event being Austria 2025, or just regular Austria. It's really, really cute. I love this. And then you can just go through all of them. Different poses that I got with him. This is a picture that I got with Fritzy. A couple of different random fursuiters who came up to me and wanted pics, and then just some random photographers that would come by and take the pics. Like, Tenzo was just taking pics of me. It was really, really cute. My sleeves are a little bit short here. Look at that. You see that? That's where the gap between the sleeve and the fursuit paw is happening. Probably means I need this either resized at some point, or I just need to start stretching out my fursuit. Or I need to shrink my arms a little bit. Or be a no-neck Andy. I mean, you know, the neck support is already there for the life jacket, so that's pretty cool. This is also the first time I'm getting to see any photos of myself in the life jacket, which is really, really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, this is a new thing that I got, and I'm gonna do a whole separate video on it, too. Basically, I ended up getting this whole new inflatable vest from Candy Coated Squeak, and, they ended up having this line of pre-orders for it, and the vest looked almost nearly identical to, like, my usual life jacket design from my ref sheet. I'm like, I gotta get this in an orange. And I got it in an orange. It arrived to me, and there was a hole in it, so there was a leak, and, ironically, it was around the crotch area where the zipper was. Really weird. I know, crazy. So I had to repair it, but after that, I finally got it to fully inflate, and this was my first con where I got to try it on. And honestly, it looks so adorable on my suit. And also, it's pretty good because since it's like a full body thing, it means I don't have to wear the tail. Because it just covers my whole torso. So yeah, it's just, I love this. So all the pics that you're going to see from Austria, probably me in this life vest. And then all the other cons other than that are probably like whatever I was wearing in my fursuit at the time. But this is just an example of it. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at the sexy sheppy. I don't know if I should really call it that, but look, I look good. I'm at least going to have the confidence to say that. It's not me saying like, damn, I look good. Yeah, I look great. Like, it's just more like confidence in saying, yeah, I'm happy with how I look. I'm happy with the vibe that I give off. I think the other thing I need to do is figure out another bag method because I'm wearing this like drawstring bag on my back and it's kind of stretching out my suit a bit. So I gotta figure something out, because it doesn't really look that great here with the different little drawstrings on the back. But yeah, this is me posing in my life jacket, and I will say, too, this was rather uncomfy. Not from the perspective that the life jacket was uncomfortable. It actually added a nice little bit of cushioning whenever I was, like, sitting down or laying down, so it was pretty nice. However, the only problem with this life jacket is it insulates. So any body heat that's coming off my body inside the life jacket here is being kept moist inside. So after I had desuited, basically any fur that was between the life jacket and my body was fully soaked, inwards and outwards. And you know what's the best part about it? My suit still didn't stank. It was just fine. But yeah, that's the little downside with this life jacket. It's just, it makes things very hot. Like Shen. Shen's really hot. Hi, Shen. Thank you for the 2-month resub. I greatly appreciate it. Why are my audio alerts off? I'm going to turn that on. There we go. Okay, yeah, for some reason my audio alerts and stuff were off.
Hey EI Beta.
Hey EI!
Her trip was Fuyuan.
Oh, it was so fun, Shen. I'm actually going through all the FurTrack pictures that were taken of me in fursuit throughout the con, just as a little reminder of what FurTrack is, and that is pretty good. It's a pretty cool platform photography thingy. And also, thank you for the 2 months, Shen. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Am I going to get to put you in this floaty vest at some point, if you would like? If you would like. Also, thank you for the $10 super chat, too. I greatly appreciate that. That's very generous and kind of you. Okay. You guys are so nice to me. Cute Shep spotted, and they are water safe. Just remember to drink some water. Exactly. I will say as well, I was pretty hydrated. I was pretty hydrated. Not obviously alluding to anything. It's just more of like, I was hydrated just fine. Will I be in VR tonight? I probably won't be in VR tonight, but definitely this Friday. The only things that I have planned for this week so far is Thursday night is game night with friends. Friday night, I'm definitely going to be on VR. So, tinks at some point if you are on. And maybe Sunday I'll be on VR. But Saturday I have like a party I'm going to, which I'm really excited for because I've wanted to get out since like coming back. But yeah, I'd love to see your face on Friday. You're good soup. You're good energy to be around. You're always good soup. Remember that. Remember that. And also, you have full permission to wear this life jacket if you would like. If you would like. Fursuit beta is only mildly hot. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Honestly, that's something that I'm really going to try from now on. And this is actually a good reference because a lot of times I don't get to see the fursuit photos of when I pose. After I pose, this is helping me kind of figure out how I want to pose in the future for photos. Because a lot of times I do go with like, thank you. Because a lot of times I do go with like the default poses of just like hands on hips, crossed arms, arms in the air like this, arms behind my head, which this does look good. You know, it's all about confidence at the end of the day. And I feel like I've done a lot better of a job being confident in... Thank you. I've done a lot better of a job being confident in fursuit. So for me, it's just kind of really trying to figure out what the next pose is that I want to do that's different and new, you know? So yeah. But either way, you know, this is just, it's nice to be able to see it and reference like how it actually looks when I'm thinking in my head, okay, this is probably looks this way. Seeing how it looks actually means that I can change some things up a bit. That's how I actually learned very quickly where I should be posing my head or nose when I'm taking a photo. Say, for example, if I was trying to look at the camera here and I wanted to look directly at it. Also, Blue Miyazuki, I appreciate Blue Mikazuki. Thank you for the $10 donation. That is very generous of you. Okay, you know what? I'll accept a boop here. Okay, just be careful of the very specific material on the nose. Okay, that is very fragile. But still, I appreciate the $10 donation. That's very generous of you. You guys are so kind and generous to me. Okay, it means a lot. And it definitely helps with the future projects that I want to put this towards. Does Levi drink water normally or in a derpy way? He actually just, like, shoves the water in his schnoz, and then he just downs it. All, like, so instantly. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Levi looks pretty good. Oh yeah, what I was talking about. So specifically with aiming your fursuit head towards the camera, I learned very quickly that when you want to look directly at the camera, and this has gone for both my Maverick fursuit head and Levi, you want your top of your nose to be directly covering like the lens, like through your vision. And you'll see a very specific vision when you're looking through your fursuit head. So like I could actually kind of do it right now. You know, it gives me an excuse to put on my fursuit head. So within reference to say I want to look at the camera right now, and I want to get like a really good view, like make it look like I'm staring directly at the camera. I might be thinking as is, oh, I'm looking at the camera as is, but where my nose is, I want to point that to be directly at the lens. And this means I'm making direct focal forward eye focal. Why the fuck did I use the term focal, man? This is where I'm using direct eye contact, direct front facing with the camera as where it would be. This is how it makes it look like you're leveled. And you always use the nose, the top of the nose or bridge of the nose as a basis. And so that's what I've used as a rule of thumb whenever I'm taking fursuit photos. Like I wanted to look directly at the camera or I want to look down a little bit. It looks like I'm looking down a little bit too much. But if I look at right here, it's like directly looking at the camera. So yeah, just a little reference if you guys were wondering how that works. It's really cool. And I've had to keep a note of it when I've done fursuit photos with like my friend Sven, when I would have like a professional fursuit photo shoot through him, he would tell me as reference I should use my nose and point that towards the camera with where I want it to look. So yeah, and that's what I would keep in mind even with this. Like if I wanted to look directly at the camera, which at the time I was just looking directly at like the group of people taking photos of me, because I had like 3 different people, one on the left here, one on the right, and one directly in front of me. I was looking like just in general where I would be looking to get like all angles that I could. So it's just a really neat basis if you haven't heard about that with respect to taking any fursuit photos. Because there is like an art, it does take practice, but for me it's just like, it's a fun little thing. But yeah, this is one of the photos that I took. Next one was me showing off the life jacket fully, doing like the whole arms and hands and like the armholes. It was really, really cutesy. I liked it. God, I look adorable in this. The only thing I would change is brushing my hair a little bit differently. It kind of looks like a mohawk, but hey, can't complain. I still look adorable. And then I got some pics with another fursuiter who I thought was wearing an FWA jacket. You know, the FWA varsity jacket. Don't know if they were wearing that or not, but it looks really cute. Love their suit. Aw, and this was me at closing ceremonies. I was hoping I got to see some of this. Because here's the thing, when I'm up on stage, I can't obviously be filming myself. Or filming, you know, how the audience sees it. So I assumed I would have some folks taking videos or photos of me. And I love that. I'm holding my little guest of honor plaque. I love this. Big shout out to Tenzo for taking these photos from me. That is so cute. Oh, see, that's why I'm so glad. Photographers in the furry fandom are like, kind of like the ghosts of memories, as I like to say. The edgy name that I'm giving them, the ghosts of memories. They're like ghosts in the wind. You don't know if or when they're taking photos sometimes. I didn't even know if this photo was being taken. But they captured like a memory, an event that I really, really wanted to see. And look at how highlighted my burgundy red parts look. Ah, I love this. I love this photo. I didn't realize you were guest of honor. Yeah, I was guest of honor at Austria. That's why I went all the way to Austria. It was not cheap, but I'm also, it's so nice to be able to see this. That's why, like, I got all dressed up and all suited up for, like, the closing ceremonies, because I wanted to look nice. Aw, I love this. I'm sure there are some other pics, too. Aw, there's me with Noodles. You can see a bit more clearly the Austria, Rise of the Cults, guest of honor, Beta Eta Delota. Oh. I miss everyone from there. It was so fun. God, what a great experience. Genuinely, for a first ever, like, European furry convention. So happy. I was so happy doing this. But yeah, that was me with Noodles. Noodles was asking me questions. Con chair of Austria, by the way. They were asking me questions while I was on stage. Aw, I love this. I love it so much. Aw, this one's so good, too. I know they're not really different between one another. They're like different angles and lightings, but man, I love this. This makes me so happy. Guys, if you're a photographer, use FurTrack if you don't already. It's so nice. Fursuiters will love you for this. You know what they should add into this? I don't know if they can do this yet. I think it would be an excellent addition if they don't have this already. Add a tipping system for photographers and producers on FurTrack, because I would love to give a tip to Tenzo, who went out of their way to take all these photos. I think that would be an awesome little addition. You know, give credit and payment to some of the photographers that do post these photos, because a lot of the times they're just doing it because they want to, or because, you know, they want to post their work. And, you know, I still want to pay them a little bit for, you know, the pictures and nice photos that they put together for me, especially if I'm going to be using them in the future too. But yeah, these are so cute. God, I love these. There's the there's the mic being shoved into my mouth because I was saying stuff on stage and could barely hear me, so you needed it shoved in the maw. That's why doing any sort of like fursuit stream as well is so hard, because it's always going to be muffled unless I'm like deep throating the microphone. And I had to literally do that in fursuit on stage during closing ceremonies. And there's me doing the little like Lethal Company dance as they were like chatting and doing some stuff like backstage, and I was just standing up there like a dingus. I was doing the little like Lethal Company dance. I love that. I think that feature is somewhere in the ideas bag. It's just that handling monetary transactions of any kind is a ginormous mess to get into, and FurTrack is still basically a 1 to 2 man show supported by donations. That's true. That's entirely fair. Also, hi, Ntoss. I hope you're doing well. I know you said a couple of things in chat earlier. I got so caught off guard by everything else that I was talking about and distracted, but I hope you're doing well. It's good to see your face. Hope all is well with you. And also, that's a good little bit of like info about FurTrack. I don't know much about it besides, you know, just that it's something for the furry community. But I think honestly, the more people we have like using this and like supporting the platform, like the better to be able to make it a fully fledged thing, which I think genuinely the fandom does need something like this. I think it very much like does need something just for like fursuit photos. We have all sorts of things for furry art, not specifically things for photos. So that's why I wanted to like cover this in a stream. Also, thank you On for the $10 super chat too. I appreciate it. I don't expect to see you at IFC next year, so here's a coffee on me. Oh, I appreciate it. Look, here's the thing too. I've been doing my own coffee that I've been doing at home, which is just like whatever I get from Costco for cheap. It's usually like $10 a bag. And that coffee, like all those beans that I grind up, do like a cold brew or do a regular brew refrigerated, will last me like 2 months. So like, thank you for the coffee for like give or take 2 months. I appreciate it. You're good soup. I appreciate the support. Should I go and get more? Do you think 2 cups? You know what? I'm good with 2 cups of coffee. I was about to say like, oh, let's take a break and I go and get more. No. Tomorrow. Limit myself because it's 8 p.m. right now. The jacket looks like it's made of American cheese. Yeah. I mean, it kind of is if you think about it. Kind of is if you think about it. I love these photos. God, I love how I look in the life jacket. That's half the reason why I wanted to go here, too, is because I haven't seen half the photos of me in this floaty vest. I know Austria is the con where I'm debuting it, or had debuted it, rather. Megaplex is going to be the one where I wear it, like, full on. Which obviously is a worry, you know, it's an inflatable thing that, you know, can, you know, degrade, and I want to take care of it because it wasn't cheap. But I do look so good in it. That's kind of the mentality that I've taken on with, like, fursuiting as well. So, like, I think this is the best advice that I was given by, Eno, or, you know, the Dutch Angel Dragon creator, you know, Telephone. They had said, in response to someone being worried about, you know, the quality of their fursuit degrading the more they wear it. Like, oh, I spent so much money on this fursuit, and they're perfect, and I don't want them to be destroyed in time. The best advice that they have given me, or not just me, but in general, that I have taken with me, is you should wear your fursuit no matter what. Because no matter if you wear it so little, it's still going to degrade with time. Time will have the effect that it does on the suit. And you shouldn't suit worrying about, you know, if it's going to end up being... if it's going to end up being destroyed, you know? You don't want a fursuit being worrying about it. You want a fursuit and enjoy it fully. So if you fursuit knowing that it is going to be a finite amount of time that you'll be able to, it's still better to do than not fursuit at all. And that's the best advice I have taken, even with wearing this life jacket out and about. I had been worried about, like, oh, is it going to pop? Is it going to deflate? Is it going to be broken? Am I going to have to get another one? Fursuit in the best way you can, the best time you can, and just enjoy it fully. Because in time, it will degrade, just naturally. As all things do, which I know is more of a morbid, you know, finite time sense, existentialism. It's still just more of a point of, like, you know, just enjoy you fursuiting. And that's what I did. I'm glad that I went on stage with that life jacket on. I know I would have looked a little dorky and weird in the floaty vest, but I am happy in it. He looks so cute. I love it. I realized I still had some photos with you and Kyle at FW24, so they're in approval queue now. Oh, right! I forgot about that. I love those photos. I have to look at them still. I am so sorry. But thank you again so much for taking those photos for me. I do really appreciate it. FW 2024 was a rough time for me. So, like, I'm really glad that I got to spend time with y'all. It meant a lot. I think for donations, they'd have some sort of place to put a buy me a coffee link or something. Yeah, I think that could work too. You know, putting a link to donate directly to supporters or, like, link their PayPal or something. Whatever means of being able to send a tip. I think that would be important. Actually, adding make-work patches would give the jacket character, to be honest. I kind of want to do that now, Duke. I like that idea of, like, having the life jacket have some little, like, patched up areas of, like, where holes or punctures might have happened. I think that is going to add so much character to it. Maybe I'll do that in time. Maybe I'll have my life jacket have, like, a whole rugged look to it. You get pristine look, and then you have rugged look. I like that. And there's me having them, like, shoved in my maws. Look at that. Look, you really got to shove the mic in there to be able to say anything. Oh, I love it. I love it. And there's Vex just giving me the mic. I don't know what I was saying in that moment, but I was, like, yapping on, and he just held the mic right in front of my fursuit muzz, and it worked out. Also, this is a better look of how the life jacket looks with respect to, like, my full body. It's really cutesy. I like it. I like it. Just, I could only imagine the amount of bass coming out of that microphone, too. Everything was muffled in my fursuit head, too. I hope that everything sounded just fine audio-wise. But from how it looks, with the mic just barely touching the inside of my mouth, well, fursuit mouth, probably wasn't the best. Yeah, either way, let's keep going. Aw, some more random pics. Aw, and there's me with Kai and Spray on stage. Basically, I had started the trend to some extent of, like, oh, I'm gonna get in fursuit for closing ceremonies, and I did. And then when I came in fursuit and showed up, they're just like, oh, hey, we should get our fursuits. Not to say that they needed to, but I'm glad that they did because they look adorable. I love it. I love it. I'm glad people want to get in fursuit. I just... this is such a good time. It was so memorable. I love how the chair is in the Austria logo. Look at the chair. The chair's there. The chair's there. It's everywhere. But yeah, I love this. It's just... It's kind of like going through old memories to some extent with these photos. This is why I'm glad we went over FurTrack. There's me with another fursuiter. Don't remember their name, but I loved their little adventure goggles. That was nice to see. And then also I was holding my selfie stick with, like, my phone because I wanted to get some personal footage on my end because I didn't know what pictures or videos I was going to be sent by the end of the con. I wanted to get my own footage, so I got some as well. And also, I guess I can see who the fursuiter or character was. Fluffy Azazel is the name of this other character. Keep forgetting I can do that. That's a nice little touch. Also, Owen, thank you again for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. We'll take your advice and write it down once I get a partial of Owen. Gotta try to enjoy the limited time I have with them to make every penny worth it. And that's exactly what you should do. You know, you can see it as, like, a big fluffy trophy, or you can see it as, like, an extension of you and really just enjoy those moments to the fullest. Like, even for me, as much as I've come back from cons, like, with my fursuit absolutely drenched, he still looks just fine at the end of the day. It's like, you know, the only thing that's degrading is just, like, eventually the foams and fibers and time, but that's just more time and time as things go on. And keep in mind, too, some fursuits last up to, like, 10 years plus. Like, some fursuiters still going a decade in from when they were made. Like, Maverick, to some extent, he's existed since 2019 and still looks just fine. The only thing I probably need to do is, like, maybe steam brush a couple of parts, and I've never done that with any of my fursuits yet, because it does, you know, degrade the quality, but it does make it look like new to some extent. So it's just something to keep in mind. You know, Maverick has existed since 2019, since before COVID. So that's another thing, too. Also, thank you again for the super chat, Own. I appreciate it. Where did the jacket even start? I gotta do a whole video talking about that at some point. But it's a whole story. But mixed between an affinity and a fetish, but not really in the fetish sense here, because that would be weird to wear it out and about and get something from it. That's just weird. You know, I wouldn't do anything like that. Which at the end of the day, I guess it comes down to, you know, my own principles with it, and that's kind of what I do. But yeah, a couple of other pics that I got throughout of Austria. Another picture there, another still frame there. Oh, I loved this one. I got a couple of photos right in front of the big banner in the main lobby. The main lobby was big, but obviously not super, super big. But this is a nice photo that I got with Liedrolf. I love that. I don't know, like, some of the names for some of these fursuiters or characters, so it's nice to be able to see the other character tagged here. So thank you again to the other artists. Oh, Rolly ended up taking the photo and posting it, so thank you. You know, that helps me remember who I'm taking photos with, so that when I do want to post this to social media, I know exactly who to tag. It's really nice, honestly. God, we really need to make this platform pop off more. That's what I want you guys to do with this. Use FurTrack. I'm telling you what to do. You love being told what to do. I know you do. Use FurTrack. Good boy. Good puppy. Good boy. See, you like that. There's your satisfaction from validation. That's a phone pic too? Dang. Yeah, Google Pixel. I know Google Pixel has some really, really good, like, picture quality. So that's pretty nice. But yeah. Oh, that's another nice pic in different lighting. Picture with Roland. I loved their suit too. That was really, really cute. Lots of really adorable fursuiters in Austria too, by the way. Absolutely love their characters, love their suits. But it's just nice to go through this. Oh, and there's a late picture of me and Tibbs. I think, yeah, this was taken at A&E 2024. So even though it was like a year and a half ago, you can still have some photos posted way after the point of them being taken. So yeah. Also, Jesus, I gotta stop doing that with my feet. Like, my feet, the bottom of my feet used to hurt so much when I'd be standing for long periods of time, especially at cons. So I'd, like, adjust my feet to, like, go outwards like that. That is not a good habit. I stopped that recently, and that's also been in part due to my weight loss, because even when I was out and about in Austria, in Austria, my feet never hurt throughout the con. So I'd like to think that things have improved since even a year and a half. It's kind of nice to look back at that and be like, oh, I used to have some bad habits with how I used to walk and go around, and now it's not the case, and I look very visibly thinner. I don't know if you guys can see it with the camera. Obviously, you can't with the fursuit, but, like, my body type? Definitely a lot skinnier. So yeah, this is one from, like, 2024 that was uploaded recently, so that's really nice to see. Oh, and this is FWA. This is actually when I let Creed, my friend Creed Collie, wear my fursuit. It's kind of a funny little thing, because it's like, I don't even know when this photo was taken or where it was, but it was taken from some distance. There's me. Oh my god, I have lost a lot of weight. God damn. You can see it from, like, the back of me, too. Man, I have had some good progress. This is a nice confidence boost stream. I like it. Oh, I love it. How to break your ankle. Step 1, tilt your feet and stand on it. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're so... You got the right idea. Don't do that. But yeah, this photo was taken when I let Creed wear my fursuit head for a little bit. My friend Creed Collie, who wanted to go around as Levi for a bit, was handling for him. And was just hanging around in the lobby of FWA. Having a good time. And now I know that a photo was taken from a distance. That's what you'll probably see here and there from some of these. Sorry, microphone. That's what you'll see a lot of times here and there, probably. Like, whenever a photo was taken, if I was knowledgeable about the photo being taken or not, or you'll just see me off to the distance while, like, the picture of whoever else in my suit is taken, you know? Next to one of the P signs. Yeah, exactly. P! I remember that. God, FWA this year was a banger. So good. But I like that. I love being able to see all these photos. There's an extension of Celio or Orin. Oh my god, is that Orin? I love Celia. Celia's such a sweetie. But yeah, this is when he was being lifted up in a picture of those two together. Oh, and there's a little Polaroid. I can't remember. Was this FWA this year? I don't remember going around in just my fursuit. I could have sworn I wore my life jacket or my harness with it. Were you sniffing their arm? No. That was the front of Celio. I was just kind of standing watching. Like a good boy. Nice little Polaroid that someone took. Oh, there's A&E 2025 when I was stuck in the corner. Literally, it got to a point where I was just kind of standing in that corner right outside MJ O'Connor's in the hotel because multiple people wanted to come by and say hi to me. And usually when that happens, like, I stand in one spot off to the side, and then I get all these photos there. So you're probably going to see a lot of these pictures coming up from that point, from this perspective. Also, Ibera. I know Ibera. They're such a sweetie. Why did I say Raleigh? That's not... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Ibera. They've taken some really nice photos of me at cons. They're such a sweetie. But yeah, I love this. I love this. I love seeing all these. Yeah, see, I'm in, like, the corner over here. And I'm just sticking around there. This was right, I think, at the beginning of the Fursuit Parade. Oh, yeah, it was! We were in, like, the Fursuit Parade entrance room. We had, like, just barely gotten in before they closed the doors and started moving the parade along. So I'm assuming that a lot of these photos from here are going to be throughout the Fursuit Parade. So yeah, and also there's me and Rano. We love Rano. Rano's really cool. The IKEA harness is baller. I would love one of those. I don't think it would work with any of the colors on my fursuit because I have predominantly, like, brown, orange, red, fall-like colors. I don't know if the blue and yellow would really clash with it that much. But, yeah, I'd love an IKEA harness someday. Don't know where to get one, but wouldn't be opposed. But, yeah, a couple of photos of me here and there. Oh, I know that fursuiter. I like their art. They do some good art. But, yeah, just some scattered fursuit photos from the Fursuit Parade. That's really cute. I love this. I also love how well the life jacket fits me in fursuit. Granted, I won't need to wear this one anymore because I have the big inflatable one, but even still, maybe I might bring this with me to cons for friends to wear at some point. EU people need to use FurTrack more. I know. Well, to be fair, I think a lot of furries just in general need to use FurTrack more. I've seen it get a lot more traction in, like, recent years, at least from, I guess, the first year that it's been going. But even still, it's just very, very nice to be able to see people using it, because I get to see the photos that I end up having taken of me, which is also really nice. I love it. Also, hi, Keo. Hope you're doing well. How's the I'm assuming you're the otter friend. I know so many Keos. I'm assuming you're the Keo that I know. I think I queued in a DBD lobby with you once. Like, once. Oh, no, it was Marvel Rivals. I forgot. I got into a Marvel Rivals game with you once. I remember. I thought it was DBD. DBD is where I find a lot of the furries, too. But still, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying floaty on your end. I rarely have any photos from NFC on there, and it's sad. Well, hopefully with me doing this stream, and hopefully a video by extension, it'll get some good traction for it. I know Finn's also covered this too in, like, one of his little YouTube shorts as well. But I wanted to do my own version of it, just kind of cover some of the photos that have been taken of me in past, so yeah. Oh, I love this. This is actually when Jake wore my fursuit, because Jake wanted to wear the harness, and I'm like, okay, sure. This is like the Sunday at FWA when I was socially exhausted beyond belief. Like, I was burnt out, running on fumes. I know Jake wanted to fursuit as Levi, and so I got him in fursuit, but I was just a walking zombie. Walking zombie. Did not do anything else but just besides follow along the dog, the Shep, the where's Shep. I don't know what to call Jake as Levi. Yeah, I listen DBD. You know, maybe I'll play DBD after this. I don't know. What did we say we were going to do? Oh, yeah, we were going to do a thumbnail, so maybe I could do that after. Also, hi, Levi. Hope you're doing well, other Levi. Yeah, we're just going over FurTrack photos. But yeah, this one was with, Oh, it didn't list the other character. I can't remember their name. But they're a super, super big sweetie. They've taken some hella awesome photos of me in the past. Even in fursuit. Like, they just go around in fursuit with their camera. Props to them. I don't remember their name, though. I see them quite often at cons. I'm sure that when I see their name, I'll recognize it. But it's just one of those right now, I'm completely blanking. But this is a photo that Levi, or my friend Jake as Levi, ended up taking with them. And there's another one. See, you can... I know specifically because I never wore the harness at FWA this year. I know Jake wore the harness when he was in my fursuit. So I know exactly. And also, I know I don't do the whole, like, inward leg pose like that. That's all him that he does. So I know exactly when it's me in fursuit or not me in fursuit. So that's also nice. I was still in shock that you even knew me in Marvel Rivals. I just recognize the name because I like lurk in your streams here and there. I see how you be doing. I see how you be doing and curious to see the new art or PNG tubers you got going. So yeah. And it's also like whenever I'm up early and no one else is streaming, I'm like, oh yeah, Kyo's streaming, so I pop in. Yeah. Ooh, this one's nice and different. This is during the fursuit parade at A&E. See, again, this jumps around just between the different photos and cons because it just depends on when the photo was uploaded. So you have like a bunch of them coming from A&E, a bunch of them coming from FWA. And I think these are the only two like cons that I had attended so far for any 2025 convention. So that's when you'll see more frequently. And then previous year, I attended a lot more cons, so we'll see more of those. But yeah, this is when I was in the fursuit parade, going around, vlogging. This is literally what it looked like from a distance of me holding up my camera and doing my third point of view perspective of me in a fursuit parade. So it was pretty nice. It was very different, but honestly, I had a good time. And yeah, I know I was breaking the magic, holding my fursuit paw and then just having the other one available. But had to make sure that my phone didn't fall because that was my only form of communication. Yeah. But yeah. And then a couple more scattered photos. I love this. This is when I was going around with Helljumper and Rano. Just going out and about in the streets of Boston during the fursuit parade of Anther, New England. This one's really good. I like this photo. I think I saw specifically when there were like people holding up cameras and photographers on the side, so I'd do my best to like wave to them, but I think this was like a little bit too late before I could react. I spotted them, but just couldn't react to wave in time. But you know, it's just be how it is. I'm assuming they also want as minimal of movement as well to get a good picture perfect capture of that moment, so probably better in this case. Oh, that's like a nice little group photo passing all like the reindeer, Bleatsonas, Stallion on the right. And I was just kind of going through. This is like when you were heading right back into the convention space. This was like right as you were walking into the convention space, I think. Gosh, I love these photos. They were so good. Oh, this one is so cute. I love it with the lights in the back. Aww. Who took this? Toast is a dog? Oh, I know Toast. They're such a sweetie. I love their Sona, first off. I didn't know they took this photo. Gosh, I love this. This is super, super cute. I just love it with, like, the lighting of the hotel and the lighting of, like, the board in the back. It just, like, fits so well. God. I gotta get into photography one of these days, man. I want to get better, or at least knowledgeable with this. Because, like, as much as I don't know anything about photography in the sense of, like, what a shutter speed is, or what PSI or whatnot is. ISO. Don't know what an ISO is. Don't know what aperture is. I feel like it's very doable for me to learn about this. Because it's along the lines of photography, videography, so it's kind of in the same realm. You know what? Definitely wouldn't be opposed to learning. It's just a new thing. But I just love this photo, though. God, I love it. There's me in passing outside in the space. God, Toast, you did such a good job with these photos. Really does capture the A&E vibe. It's gray and dreary outside. Because it's Boston, New England, in the middle of January and February, which is always going to be sad and depressing. Because it's the winter. Ah, this is so good. I love it. I could just look at these forever. Oh, and there's another photo that I got with Jake Wolf. Who's Jake Wolf? I don't know who that is, but I got a random fursuit with another person, and they were very, very happy to get a pic with me. This one's a little bit blurrier, but still cute. I like it. There's another pic that I got right at the main lobby. I love my little badges. I've gotten much better with making sure my badges are visible in like photos too. I know it obviously doesn't relate, you know, like Aussie Shep, Levi Shep. I should probably have a bit more accurate badges, but just means I gotta get more badges of Levi in time. I don't think I have really as many as I'd like to have for like floaty life jacket dog Levi fursuit badges. Should probably get some more, honestly, especially if I'm gonna, like, the badges are meant for fursuiting. I have a lot of personal badges, like for my Aussie Shep, so should probably get some different ones. Gotta see about what I could have done, but you know. Oh, this is really cool. Created with SPCA. I like the little effect added, but yeah, this is the little hallway that you're walking out of the Fursuit Parade entry room and about to head outside into the city of Boston. But yeah, this is the little like little hallway where people were sitting in as you were walking by. Gosh, I love it. Oh, there's me in the back. I love how some of these too for the photos are gonna be me tagged in it, but I'm not like the focus. You can just see me in the back. It's kind of like the SpongeBob meme of like, see, there I am, Gary. Look, it's me. You can just do that. Oh, hey, look, it's me, just in the back. This is near the end of the Fursuit Parade, I think. Random Levi. God, look at the fucking thighs on him. God, those thighs. So good. God, so good. That's something I will never, ever get sick of. My thick-ass thighs in fursuit. They look so, so good. They're so, so thick. Imagine walking your 9 to 5 and you see a plethora of furries rapidly approaching your general area. It's either going to be the best or worst shift of your life. Got to think about it that way. You know, it's a gamble. You don't know if it's going to mean bad things or good things. You just have to hope and pray that it's good. You know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I like this photo too. Shout out to Oskin. I really like that. This is not updating. That's a little bit weird, but that's okay. Oh, I love this. Oh yeah, it was fursuiting around with Psylocke at the Fursuit Parade. At least where we were in line, we were near Psylocke. I also love how, even though I have my other paw on, I'm using the fursuited paw to hold my camera. Oh my god, my paws. Look at the feet paws. Look at how dirty they are from being out and about. I had to, like, nuke these in the wash. Look at how gray. This is what sucks about fursuiting in, like, winter climates, especially in a city. Because, like, in New England, especially Boston, yeah, there's snow on the ground. But, God, is it so gray from all just the dirt and crap. That's why I should have worn, like, I know these were outdoor paws, obviously. Like, I wouldn't wear them if, I don't know, they weren't outdoor paws. But this is why, you know, the fursuit sandals on top of that, absolute lifesaver. I still wear them. I know it's not exactly fitting every time, but it keeps them looking pristine. For me, I think it'd be more like, oh no, what traffic would I have to deal with? Yeah, that would probably make more sense with it, with worrying about fursuiters being around. But yeah, just some more scattered photos of me at the Fursuit Parade on the escalator down. These are really nice. I remember this one. I was definitely sent this one for my video. I think this was actually the thumbnail of the Fursuit Parade that I did. I like it. Oh, and there's a late photo from me at TFF in 2024. This was an old one. I guess it was posted about a year or so after. So not bad. Another TFF photo. I think this was... When was this? When was I wearing my FWA jacket? Because I got this varsity jacket, like, after FWA in 2024. What con was this? I think this was FurPoc. Oh, I keep forgetting that there is an event tag. I could just read. But why would I do that when I can be illiterate? Isn't that great? No, but in all seriousness, I just forgot there was an event tag. But yeah, you can literally click on like the event to see, or just look at the fucking tags here to know where this was taken. So yeah, TFF for this photo, Furpocalypse or Furpoc. I can't wait for Furpoc this year, man. It is going to be a banger con. It's been popping off more and more recently, and it's kind of like a local home con for me, so I'm really enjoying it. I think that, yeah, this is the first time that I got to wear my FWA varsity jacket over, like, my fursuit at a con, so, you know, pretty happy about that.
Claps Fito Hugh Whoop Princess Tilda.
Hello, Princess. Oh, Princess. Hi, Ember. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good evening on your end. We're going over a bunch of the FurTrack photos that were taken of me. We'll probably go through most, if not all of them, because I think it would be a good point just to kind of review all of them. Just to show how many there are. I mean, at least give credit where it's due. Many people took photos from me and went out of their way to do them. Oh, that's a really cute photo. This is outside the front of the Furpoc Hotel. Oh, and Megaplex. I loved Megaplex. This is when Jake was wearing my fursuit. Because they had just wearing the bear... Wearing? Jeez, I really can't speak today. This is when he had wore the bare bones fursuit of mine. His first time, I think, fursuiting. And he wanted to go out and about at Megaplex. And I took him around while I handled for him. And I guess people were taking photos. It was nice to see Jake have a good time. Aww. He looks so cute. I can't wait for Megaplex, man. It's like 3 weeks away. It's going to be a banger con. It's going to be so, so, so good. Oh my god. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to get more pics in front of this whole venue. The venue's so good, too. And also, thank you for the 100 bits. I do appreciate that, Ember. Hello, Boodle. I'm good. Finished work at 12:15 and had a very lazy cycle home. I'm doing pretty good. Well, I'm glad you got home safe and sound. Make sure to drink some water and hydrate and get some good rest. Appreciate you stopping in and keeping me company. I really like these photos, though. Ah, there's me wearing my life jacket. The first time I was able to, like, fully fursuit, or I guess full suit, around Megaplex. Because I wasn't really feeling like full suiting. I was taking a lot of, like, partial fursuit photos. Like, I'd go to the pool, and I'd get in, you know, just my partial suit, get some pics there. But this is my first time going around the con in the evening, that Sunday before I was about to leave, to take some photos in full suit, and I'm pretty happy I did. Really like this pose I went for. Gosh, so cute. Aww, and this is me and Snowy at FWA in 2024. This is by Evan. I think Evan took this photo. Oh, this is added by Snowy. I didn't know Snowy added these. Oh, there's Snowy's profile. We love Snowy. Oh, they have like a whole level and XP system for this? That's kind of cool, too. That's a neat addition. But yeah, I know definitely Evan took this photo for us, because I wanted some good photos with me and Snowbert, me and Snowy. Ah, I love these. These make me so happy. Another set of photos that I got in the big room at FWA. I really liked the Jock Dog vibe that I was going for. That was really, really cute. Really liked it. Oh, and there's me, just a brief frame in the distance. I had to be tagged. I love it. Just again, not even in the foreground. You can see me in the back getting pictures with Russ or Rufus, the big Aussie ship floppy-eared dog friend. Gosh, I love that. Like the little frame. There I am, Gary! There I am! I'm gonna get a noise complaint for that. But it's worth it, okay? Beta photo bomb. It's the exact opposite of a beta photo bomb, but I'm still here for it, okay? I'm still here for it. Aww, I forgot about this pic. This is when it was like super, super hot at MFF. And I literally was wearing a tank top outside in the middle of the cold. And Snowy was out there and I wanted to get a nice picture with him. Aww, I love this. I love this. I love the pics that me and Snowy have gotten. Also, look at the part of my arm that I got scratched on. This is when I had visited Monty, and his cat Noodles ended up scratching me. It was not a good scratch. It was pretty bad. But hey, you know, there's no scar, I don't think. Is there? Yeah, no, nothing. Oh, wait, it would be, like, right here. Yeah, no, nothing. Nothing on my arm. Honestly, noodles seems like they contain at least 350 calories. That's cats for you. That's cats for you. Aw, and there's us from a distance. Look at me in my fanny pack. God, you can really see the difference in my weight loss. Like, I know it's kind of hard to compare and contrast. I know it's not really a basis to, like, really be mentioning now, but you really can see the difference. Or at least I'm starting to notice the difference, and it's really endearing. And there's me at TFF. I loved how energetic I was in Suit. I should probably try and get more of those vibes in whenever I'm going around at a con. Just be more energetic. Just enjoy it. You know, don't worry about sweating too much. Just worry about cleaning the fursuit later. You know, that's really it. More random photos at TFF. I like the Polaroid. That's really cute. What was I holding? I think someone had given me, like, a bag of, like, soju. Not soju in a plastic bag, but, like, a bag of, like, bottles of soju. They're like, hey, Beta, do you want some soju? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And they gave me some soju, like, on my badge. Very, very cute. And there's A&E 2024. Limited breadsticks. MFF 2023, damn. This is probably one of my first-ish cons, wearing Levi around. Damn, 2023 MFF. Good times. Good times. What a pristine fursuit. You know, I guess he really hasn't changed that much in, like, the quality. If I just got him around this time, or it was, like, really my first big con wearing him in. Like, even the front of the nose and everything still looks pretty fine. Wow. I've done a good job taking care of my fursuit. I still need to wash his head. Aww. Aww, this is when I was wearing my harness. God, I loved that. It looked so good. This is Denver 2023 as well. God. I looked good. I still look good. Not in the, you know, fishing for compliments sense, but just in the confidence of, like, damn, I like how I wear my fursuit. Hi, Ford. I'm gonna shit myself. How you doing, Ford? How you be? How be the wife and kids? Also, hi, Dusky. Are you the Dusky that's been playing Destiny? How have you been enjoying Destiny? I've been trying to get into it, but I don't have the DLC, so I've just been playing Solstice. Shitting? Ford, I miss your face. Am I going to see you again soon? You doing Megaplex? You doing FurPoc? You visiting the New England area at any point? You doing MFF? I'm going to try and be at MFF. That's like one of my go-to winter cons. Obviously, if I can make anything happen.
Grok, can we shit?
Grok, can we shit? Oh, Grok. Don't use Grok, please. I'm telling you. Please, I'm begging all of you. Don't use Grok. Also, hi, Calic. And hi, Kieran. So many lovely beings here today. I hope you all are doing well. I love how my camera also desaturated and everything's purple. This is great. My face looks so sweaty. Beta, you should wash your face. Beta, you should shower. Your face is so greasy. Yeah, I should. But I won't. Is this the point of the stream where I lose my mind? It's pretty par for the course, if it hasn't already happened, but you know. So thank you for the 100 bits, Ember. I do appreciate it. I think I said I was going to put on my fursuit for 30 minutes, so maybe that's what I'll do after, Yeah, because didn't we hit the goal on the YouTube super chat thing? So after we go through these photos, I'll put on my fursuit head for 30 minutes, and then I'll probably end up wrapping up stream. So Friday, we'll end up doing Brock the investigator, not Grok. Can you tag my top 10 mutuals? That was such a funny trend, too, because, like, literally 2 days prior, a lot of folks on furry Twitter were like, Fuck AI. Fuck anything AI. AI art is invalid. Give me attention. AI art sucks. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Yeah, am I right? And then it's just all of a sudden, hey, Grok, at my top 10 followers. And it's like, weren't we just complaining about this 2 days ago? It's just, it just kind of reminds me of the whole saying of like, rules for thee, not for me. It's my new favorite saying. My other new favorite saying is same shit, different hole.
Ahem. Attempt
Hi.
to. At Grok, can we investigate my top 10 followers?
At Grok, can you cut off his balls? Jarvis. What do you mean, Dusky? What'd I say? Surely I didn't say anything so obtuse. I would never say such a thing. That thing that you think that I said, absolutely would have never said it. I don't know what you mean. Also, thank you, Ember, for the bits. I do appreciate it. I'm about to head to bed, and tomorrow I'm hopping on a vacation to a water park, and I need some good quotes from a trusted source. So can you help me out? Same shit, different hole. That is the... What are my arms doing, man? I gotta stop stretching this way. This is not good for my shoulders. Or you could go with a simple stay life jacket. Either stay life jacket or same shit, different hole. You know what? Let's add that as a quote. Add quote. Same shit, different hole. Ford, you can absolutely start saying that too, by the way. I give you full permission. Same shit, different hole. I'm sure someone has said it before. Look, truthfully, when I was playing Destiny 2 last night with Cody, I was a little bit toasty, okay? I was treating myself after a good day's work, a good stream, and I thought of that on the spot. But then I thought of it further, I'm like, man, someone's probably already said this before, but I'm still gonna say it. Same shit, different hole. Hey, guys. Same shit, different hole, am I right? Clip that audio, make it my VC join audio. Do it.
Same shit, different hole.
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Emperor. Hey, guys. Same shit, different hole, am I right? You know what? Maybe I should rasterize that audio. Solo it out and use it as like a little join sound notification. Because my joint sound notification is the bird from Smiling Friends. The screaming bird. It always throws people off. You do have some good ideas, Ember. And so do I. God damn. I was having a good time at Denver. Shout out to Ryder the Proto for these lovely pics. Gosh, I'm glad that FurTrack is a thing. This is just so nice to look through. Oh, it's a family photo. Oh, hey, I'm doing something wacky in the back. This was my first... No, not my first. This is my second family photo shoot that I had for my Fursuit family photo shoot at a con. This is when I went to the FWA one. Whose butt is that? That's Fursuit Moms. It's Phoenix. We love Phoenix. Hi, Mom. That's something weird to say in this perspective, but still. If you're wondering what I'm doing, they were like, okay, do a wacky pose for like a funny photo shoot photo. Without blinking, without a slight in my thought, I turned backwards, reversed my head backwards, and went like this. So that's why it looks like I have my fursuit on backwards, because I absolutely do. Without a shred of a thought. That was the one thing that I did instantaneously. Within seconds of them saying, do a goofy photo, do a goofy pose, and I did. But yeah, this is my photo shoot with my fursuit family. I love this. This is really, really cute. There was like a regular photo. Aw, I love that. With everyone there. This is on the 10th floor. I think this was FWA 2023, yeah. 2023. And then we did one pointing at Fursuit Mom, but we were just doing cutesy paws. What was the one we were pointing? I don't know if that shows up here at any point. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we were pointing at Mom. There's Fursuit Mom. I love this. Ah, I forgot that these photos were even taken. The beans, crossed arms. See, wacky. Yeah, you can see me not even knowing what I'm looking at. Crazy. You could poop back and forth? Yeah, I can. I heard the similar term, same shit, different diaper. I hate that. I hate that so much more. Oh my god. That's even worse. God damn. What do I even say after that? Oh yeah, more fursuit photos. Whoa. Oh hey, this is at FC. My first and only further confusion that I've been to. I don't know who owns this fursuit, but Damon is such a sweetie. Kind of hot too. But yeah, this is when I was getting pics at FC. Don't know when or where this was taken, but that was nice. This was... I don't know when or where this was taken. This looks like MFF. I mean, the rug definitely looks like MFF. What the fuck was I using as a selfie stick, man? What the hell is that shit? That is not good. Thank God I upgraded. Aww, me and Ruby. So if you didn't know, Ruby, or Pure Ruby Dragon, is like my fursuit inspiration for getting a Phoenix Nest suit. When I saw them going around at Denver in 2021, they were my inspiration for getting a Phoenix Nest suit for Levi. Like, seeing them go around in this suit, instantly was like, yep, Phoenix Nest. I love it. I love it. God, I love Ruby. I miss Ruby so fucking much. I miss them so goddamn much. I hope I get to run into them again soon. They're awesome. Oh, and there's me and Nova. I miss Nova too. This is also at FC. Gosh, I love getting pics with Nova. I remember when my badge name for this was Sasuke Kardashian. Because I wanted to get a badge name inspired by Nova. And I wanted to get a badge name inspired by Nexka. So, because Nexka and I have been watching Naruto, I went with Sasuke. And then Nova, I went with Kardashian. Sasuke Kardashian. The new ninja clan. Oh, and this is MFF right after I got my suit in 2022. God, the suit really does look just as great as when I first got it. God damn. Done a good job taking care of this suit. I didn't realize it because I thought, you know, with specifically for a reference. Come here, you. I had always been worried about, like, the top of the inside of the mouth, like here. Like, with the fur looking a little not as fluffy and kind of rugged. I was worried that I had really worn it down, when in general, that's just kind of the vibe of the actual fur there. So, I think for the time that I've had this suit, I've done a pretty good job. Nova and I are the same person. I know they're not here right now. I miss Nova. They are the same person. You and Nova are the same person. Same characters, same words per character in your name, same color in your name. Love it. Aw, and me with my weird selfie stick. Yep, that's MFF, baby. Love that. Aw. Oh, and there's me in the corner. That's why I was tagged. I was like, wait, why am I in this one? But yeah, there's me in the corner. Just chilling there, chatting, or just fursuiting and vlogging. There's more of me. I love how they tagged Mori and me, but not the other fursuiter here. Unless that's the person who did the photo, or the person who was the fursuiter took that photo. I feel bad. I feel bad. Because it's like me and Mori are tagged, but not the first... Oh. Oh, but hey, more MFF photos. It was a party out here. This is like MFF 2022, Saturday evening. It was banging. It was a vibe that night. Oh, and then my first family photo shoot. I loved this. Aww. There's me, just crouched down on the ground. That was so fun. That was so fun. First ever family fursuit photo shoot. God, so many Phoenix Nest fursuiters. I love it. There's Arvin. I love Arvin. Arvin's so cool. And then there's the one inside. I don't know what I was doing here, but some wacky photo was happening. Aww. And I think this is the tail end of the fursuit photos, too, because it's just like... Anytime before this, I wasn't at another con besides MFF, and I think maybe FurPoc. Aww. More photos. And that's it. The first ever photo of Levi on FurTrack. Which, again, I could also go over Maverick's fursuit photos, but I don't even know what the tag might be for that. That could also be something we do another time, too. If you guys want another, you know, FurTrack review stream, we could go over fursuit photos for Maverick. But that's pretty much it for all the lovely photos, all 100 photos that I've gotten or had taken of me while I was in fursuit as Levi through the years, which is give or take 3-4 years. I think I got Levi in 2022 in September when I picked him up in a trash bag from Phoenix's place. Yeah. So 3 years. 3 years I've had Levi, and I've had this many photos. I'd say I've done a good job wearing him around for the 3 years that I've had a fursuit. But either way, that's FurTrack. Honestly, if you guys haven't used it already, highly recommend. If not to look for your favorite fursuiters, then to post some of the pictures that you've taken of fursuiters to either see if they get approved or not, or, you know, just so fursuiters who might not have seen the photos and you don't know how to reach out to them or find exactly where their socials are, can find them directly. Because you have all the socials here, and you have all the... Oh, wait, there's more. 104 posts. Were more just approved or added? Did I miss something? Which two of you followed while I was doing this stream? Also, thank you for the raid, Jade. I hope you had a good stream. Mine that I just uploaded? Oh, let's see. Did they get approved? Did they literally just get approved? Where would they be here? Is it organized in terms of them being uploaded, or how long ago they were uploaded? Where would these be? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, maybe not. Their tag is Maverick. Oh. I'll probably look for them. I'll probably look over them later as like a good follow-up stream. But either way, this is my little page, or I guess tag for my character fursuit on FurTrack. Honestly, highly recommend using this. If you're a fursuit photographer and you want to post your photos, highly recommend posting them here. It's a good way of being able to find and tag the fursuiter that you want to send the photos to and have like a proper place to download and get the photos. And if you're a fursuiter and don't know where that fursuit photo was from that random person that took that photo of you and you really want to see it, chances are it's probably here. And it's a better way of finding these fursuit photographers rather than like scouting throughout the different social medias, you know, because you don't know who has what social media, and it could be a pain to try and find. Grok, who is Maverick? Thank you for the bits, Ember. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I just wanted to go over FurTrack and show you guys this wonderful little platform that I think really needs to get more traction, for one, and two, needs to definitely be used by fursuiters and fursuit photographers alike, just so we can see more of the different works in photography, points in the fandom. I'd honestly love to upload even some of my other fursuit photos that I've had taken through the years onto here, because I think it would be an excellent way for me to, one, archive all my fursuit photos that I'd love to post throughout the years, and two, give other people inspiration for things that they might want to take fursuit photos of, or things they might want to see. So yeah, it's just a neat little platform. I'd love to see it get more traction. If you haven't used it, definitely would recommend doing so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to highlight today. And that's our YouTube bit done. Yippee! I'm just a big weirdo, aren't I? But yeah, that was pretty fun though. So, since it is about 3 hours into the stream, I will fulfill my contractual, non-contractual obligation of wearing my fursuit for 30 minutes, and then we'll end up wrapping up stream. So let's end up doing that. I'll get in my fursuit head real quick, and I'll chat and yap with y'all while I'm doing my thing in fursuit for a bit. And then we'll raid out. I think that's a good plan. I'm at the very least going to put on my fan in the back, because it's a bit toasty in here. It's a little bit toasty in here. Mike Vor? Who said I was voring Mike? You wish I would vor you, right, Mike? Yeah, I know you would. I know you'd love it. But again, big shout out to Owen for the super chats and everyone for the donations today. And I appreciate you wanting to fulfill the goal and support me. So at the very least, I will wear my fursuit and chill. And try my best to read chat, because it's very hard for me to do that. Let me just say right now. I sent you a Levi Minecraft skin. Thank you. I'll at least keep it archived the best I can. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Minecraft at all in the future, but I do appreciate you going out of your way to make a Minecraft skin for me. I will at least keep track of it, or keep it in my folder, not just of like fan art, but I have it for like Minecraft skins and all that, I think. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I love being a dog, man. This is so fun. How crowded is the swimming pool usually during Megaplex? It is usually very, very crowded, but you'd be surprised to know that it doesn't turn into fursuiter soup. It's actually not that bad. I went into the water a bunch last year, and it was pretty nice. It wasn't like super, super crowded, but I think this year, because Megaplex was a BangerCon last year and people caught wind of it, you're probably not going to be able to get fursuit photos there. Or at least it's going to be so packed beyond belief.
AI has summarized this chat.
Yes, hello.
Marky wants to beavered. Do you
Yes,
want
he does.
Scrock to manage ban server list on Minecraft? Other chatters happy.
Yep, that's an AI response for you. Also, Ember, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I don't know. Other chatters happy. Everyone else, besides those two people, happy. Well worth the $40 for Fursuit content. Aw, I appreciate it. Look, honestly, I want to do more like Fursuit streams in the future. It's going to help with my tolerance to heat, too. It's just one of those things where it's hard for me to maintain at times. I don't know. But yeah, honestly, tonight, I think I'm probably going to take it easy. I did have plans to maybe record a video, but I can always do it tomorrow. I'm thinking the next video I want to do is like a random rant on like furry AI stuff that I've seen happening more and more. And just kind of keeping in mind, you know, I know final product is what people want at the end of the day, but keep like principles in mind of creativity. I know also I probably want to do a video starting off my furry bait character series, where I want to go over like how furry bait certain characters are and like rank them on a tier list per se. Just a short video discussing their appearances and I don't know. I think I might start it because I wanted to do a video on Leo the Lion, which is like a mascot from the Saitama Seibu Lions, and how, I guess, fruity they've been in a bit. Like a couple of times when people interact with them, they're very voluptuous and provocative for the camera or for onlookers or fans. Kind of like as usual, most mascots are for teams. So I might actually do that. I think I'll just do a random one-off video for that. I do still have to watch the second episode on the Furry Detective, so I'll probably get that recorded for my friend to be able to get that part of a video out and done. And then, yeah, I think that's it that I have for videos for now. A lot of it is just kind of, I want to plan out some other ones, organize some bigger projects. I've had bigger projects in the works. It's just a matter of, like, getting them done and recording them. I think when I come back from Megaplex as well, I'll have my video for my Fursuit cooling vest done, because I wanted to do a review of the easy cool down vest. I know I did a video discussing like the history of it in like the military or like used in the US Army or whatever military group government thing. Yeah, it was used there, and you know, I wanted to do a proper review on it. Thought you were gonna do lore on the Zodiac. What Zodiac? What Zodiac? But yeah. I think honestly, I just have so many scattered ideas. I really need to focus on getting one done so I can move on to the next ones. Because I've had some ideas since like last year that I just haven't even done either. I think it would be a good point for me to try to record a lot more. At least backlog a bunch of videos that aren't necessarily time sensitive. Because time sensitive videos are always going to happen. It's just, I just want to have more fun while I've got nothing to do. You know? Oh, the horoscope characters. You mentioned Leo. True. True.
Fruity tigers.
That's me!
Like the frosted flakes tiger.
Oh my god. That might be something to revisit if that's a point of discussion. The whole Tony Tiger gate. I know that was years back and probably won't happen again, but it was very, very interesting to see happen. Poor Tony, I know. Remember when Tony the Tiger was a VTuber? God, that was wild. I'm thinking of, like... I don't know if it'll be worth it or not. I could hit up my friend about it, but I was thinking of, like, repurposing and maybe even re-uploading an old video that I did on that. The VTubing of Tiger the Tony. When Tony the Tiger was a VTuber. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. I'll ask my friend Lucky about it. Actually, that would be a good thing if someone could remind me later. Just like someone out of context message me the VTubing of Tiger the Tony. Oh yeah, I forgot we were gonna go over an article at some point. Actually, we'll probably do that tomorrow on Fridays. Not tomorrow, Friday's stream. We'll go over that article that Peach sent me. We forgot to go over it today. I would go over it, but it's hard to read in Fursuit. So we'll probably do it later. That's a later beta thing. Gives us more to go over at some point. And also thank you for the 100 bits, Ember. Ah, wah, 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 wah.
Ooh.
Tony the Tiger being thirst for once again and being ran off of Twitch by Furry is kind of how it went. Yeah. Why do furries get so much hate at school? Everyone knows I'm a furry. Now I have a lot of ops. I mean, gotta keep in mind, too, that kids are really just mean. Kids are fucking mean and evil to one another. That's what I found. But that's also just kids in general. Specifically with school. Or high school, grade school, whatever it is. People are just gonna hate furries for whatever reason, you know. It's people it could be simple like, oh, that's cringe. I'm never cringe, but also you got to keep in mind kids are just mean. You know, a lot of the times adults in the real world are like, cool, I don't care, and if they find a problem with it, usually it means there's some other thing going on or some other issue that they're ignoring. Usually it's they're being cheated on or something. I don't know. That's more of me making stuff up. But more of the point is, you know, adults kind of realize there are bigger issues, and it's not even an issue. Grok, what is cringe? Embrace cringe. I've embraced it. I'm a weird gay floaty dog on the internet. Nothing has changed. I've done that as my full-time job for a good few years now. Also, hello, the wet floor sign. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a good one on your end. When I was supposed to email a teacher something interesting about me, I said I was a furry. When the teacher was reading my email on a computer, the projector decided to turn on. Ooh, that's an awesome furry struggle moment. That's an awesome furry struggle moment. Good on you. Beta, you wearing your head? No. No, I'm not. This is just a fan moving back and forth on a swivel to make it look like I am. You know what, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea for, like, a placeholder, like, VTuber streamer as a fursuiter thing, you know? Own it, and then they'll leave you alone. Oh, exactly. If you have the confidence of it, a lot of times people are snarky and mean to people who do have confidence issues or, like, are self-conscious because they know it gets to them. If you feign confidence, they will leave you alone. If you are confident, well, that's not an end-all be-all, but, you know, I've learned that if you're confident, people don't know how to deal with that. That's how I've dealt with a lot of shit that I have to deal with. Whether it be annoying people or people trying to call me out. I'm like, yeah, I do this thing. Not the way you think I do, but more specifically this way. What of it? The hell? Oh, my poster just fell. I was wondering what noise had happened in my room. Also, yeah, don't feed the trolls. The less you respond, the better sometimes. The trick is to take advantage of Furry's tendency to lewd any anthro characters. See Disney constantly teasing Wild Hops canon. Drew, that's another video that'll hopefully be coming out this week. Or maybe next week. Blessed be. Ah! My ass! It looks so floaty. I love my floaty ass. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite comfortable in here. That's the upside to wearing a fursuit. It's quite comfortable. Yeah. My sister just hates furries, and when I asked her for a valid reason, she said, because I can. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. You gotta respect the dedication. I respect the dedication to some extent. Obviously within reason, but it's like you gotta respect it. You know, being a hater takes way too much time and energy, and some people just dedicate full sending to the bit. So it's like you can't help but be respecting of it. Just being like, damn, you go. Make beta thick again. Look, man, I gotta get some good food in me. Make beta thick again. Not that that's the goal, or I think ever really will be. It's always going to be to lose weight slowly but surely with time. But still. Oh boy. I remember when I entered a contest on FA to win a fursuit head some years back. Didn't win, though. I don't know any of these contests on FA. Whenever there's a contest or anything, I don't ever really remember entering or winning, so it's like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Cool. No, it's not relatable to furries, but it's about how evil can be the kids. Note, I'm not from America. 9th grade was last grade in school, and I hated it because I got in math class where I got bullied by jerks by many ways, other than I remember is that they threw fragments of the pen body. I mean, yeah. ADHD for some kids, but also just like, kids are mean. That's just how it be. That's what I've realized very heavily from some, like, comments I get on videos, too. Kids are really fucking mean. And it's always kids, too. It's just like, man. You can understand, you know, taking out the energy of being bullied on someone else, but it's like, eh. You know what's another thing that I've realized has been, like, something that's developed in the fandom? With, like, more people that have come by? There have been a lot more furries who have become furries, where if them and I were in school together, they would have been the person to bully me. And is anyone else getting that vibe? I get it from some folks I see on social media of like, damn, why are you here? You would have picked on me in school.
Grok,
You would pick on me
this
now.
rock? Please, Grok, I will beg for the permission to consume this rock.
Can I eat rock? Wait, why do you need permission from AI? Oh my god. Need permission from AI to eat a rock? SMH. Oh. But I appreciate the bits, Ember. Thank you. Snowy would have stuffed us nerds in the lockers. Snowy can grab me by my tootsies and slam me into the locker door and then leave me and then spit on my body on the ground. Snowy can do that. They have my permission as my friend. Not that they will ever know that, but still. Kids are running on default human tribalism startup programs. I mean, when you've had an iPad thrust into your face at an early age, it's only bound to happen. It's only a matter of time. Ozone aka Foster is the nicest bully I know. There They're really nice. I just wish I knew how to talk to them, truthfully. I feel like I've had one too many times where I've tried swinging and I've missed every single time. And so it's gotten to a point where I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta tap out. Sometimes you just gotta tap out. You've tried so hard. You've done the best you can. Sometimes it doesn't work. They're a lovely dude. Would love to get to know them more, but I also just do not know how to talk to people. So yeah. But hey, maybe one day, give it time and give it a shot. Don't force it to happen either. Oh, they're insane at dancing. That's how I was first introduced to them, was through the MFF dance comp. Midwest Furfest dance comp. I love their suit. I love their vibes. But I also just and I realized too, I like them, and I like their suit, and I like their vibes, I like their personality. But I don't really know anything about them other than that. So I think it's only fair, if I do want to get to know them and meet them, it's a bit more on chill terms, Different time, different place. Give it time.
I get that. Hey, this guy is really cool and I wanna talk to him, then the realization you don't know how to talk to people and get to know them.
Yeah, and that's sometimes the thing too with even meeting new people. Sometimes it requires a different time, different place, different context, different character development too. Truthfully, I really don't have that much in common. From what I've even followed with Foster on Twitter, social media. We both are just furries, and he's more of, into sports and jock stuff, and, I'm not really that. I'm kind of the nerdy jock thing. And even that is just I don't really know them. And that's the thing. It's really hard to really make something happen from that, and it's no one's fault. It's just how life is. You're not going to get along with everyone, you're not going to meet everyone, and you're not going to be friends with everyone. But, I at least can think that I tried, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out in the future. It just means, I still think they're good soup. I think they're certified good soup. But, just something to keep in mind. I do appreciate the bits, though, Ember. I like this little conversation topic. It's something like this that I've definitely taken more into account with, not being so high-strung. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, and I've kind of reflected on that, especially with, my Twitter usage. I have mellowed the fuck out so hard compared to, even before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, with Twitter usage, account usage, and vent posting, vague posting, this and that. And I'm I don't know if it's just because I've gotten older and matured or mentally matured, but dude, most of that shit doesn't matter. It's so much easier to just talk about it. It's not to say that I won't have lapses in it and vent on my vent account, but it's I've done so much better at dealing with a lot of problems rather than letting them boil over or bottle them up. Isn't it great being an adult? It's pretty fun. That's just kind of something that I've noticed about myself recently, just taking more time to not fall into the trap of social media validation and this and that. So much nicer to have just more chill conversations like here. I'd rather vent and talk about things here, not in the way of venting, but just having a conversation and turning it into something more constructive. I think that's one thing I've thought of, how to turn something that is destructive into making it more constructive. Been a good way of carrying things out in life. Currently turning our friend into a furry. Currently got them hooked on I didn't see the rest of that message, but I saw Protogen, and hey, that's a gateway drug. Protogens are the gateway Fursona. I know for a lot of people it was you know, whatever anthropomorphic animal character they loved and finding furry art of that. That's also a common thing, but I think that protogens genuinely are, like, the biggest gateway for Sona into the fandom, especially for anyone that loves sci-fi, loves technology, loves futuristic, like, sci-fi fantasy, or just sci-fi in general. I mean, think about it this way, too. If I had discovered furries in the same way, like discovering protogens, back when I was playing through, like, Mass Effect 2 for the first time, which I played through that, like, right before high school, I was in love. In love with the series. I kind of want to go back and play through Mass Effect, but it's also one of those games that it's really, really hard to stream. It's really, really hard to stream. But, like, if I had been introduced to the furry fandom or protogens by proxy when I was playing through, like, Mass Effect 2 on my sci-fi kick, I probably would have been a furry so much sooner. So much sooner. Genuinely. Which is a little food for thought. I think protogens really are, to some extent, a gateway for Sona, a gateway drug. So, yeah. Also, hi, Hogan. I hope you're doing well.
Your yapping is very fun, Beta. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
It's what I get like half of my screen time from Lamau.
I appreciate that too, Ember. I'm glad that I can be good company, even if I'm in fursuit and yapping and you can't really hear it all that well. I really do just enjoy yapping and chatting. That's why I've wanted to start a podcast, and really a lot of the videos and content that I do is more shifted to, like, just talking and chatting rather than whatever visual eye candy, you know. That's why I try to add little bits of visual eye candy here and there, fun stuff, but you can only do so much. That's why I just enjoy talking, and I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to have wonderful peeps that love listening to me yap. In the end, money is money, and I do like teasing furries with money. Fair enough, you know. $20 is $20. Feet pics are feet pics. I like it. Honestly, I might have to have some of these, like, just little chat sessions in Fursuit, because I feel like it's visual eye candy for what I'm doing here, just chatting in Fursuit. I don't know how many people do this casually, but, like, it's
The
nice.
yapping and the interactions when you collab are super fun.
I do like doing those. That's why I was actually asking Jake if he had any, like, collab plans this week. I was going to ask if he wanted to collab and do a VR chat stream again, but he is busy. He is booked out currently. He's collabing currently with Taz, and I think Friday he's doing a stream with Bois. I love Bois. I want to pick up Bois again. I feel bad. I didn't get to give Bois many, like, cuddles or hugs at Bois. But there's always next year. There's always next year. Would love to see them again next year. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll ask Jake if he wants to do some sort of collab stream before Megaplex and one after Megaplex. That way we can, like, compare and contrast experiences and how we changed and grew after the con. I don't know, for me, I've always used furry conventions as, like, a little, not stepping stone, but, like, a landmark grounding point to see how I've changed and grown in that time. Because I think for me, I had been so used to being through, like, school for so long with, like, freshman year, sophomore, junior, senior year. Same thing with grade school. Same thing with college. Like, a majority of my life when I was really kind of figuring myself out was through school. And so for me, with being an adult, you kind of become a little bit aimless after that. You're left up to your own responsibilities. You don't really have things told to you on what you need to do. You need to figure things out yourself. You don't have anyone holding your hand anymore. So a lot of times for me, you know, I haven't really had anything to base it off of besides conventions or big events on how I change and grow with time. Otherwise, it's just constantly working and working and working. That's why you gotta treat yourself. Can't work forever till things in the future. You gotta sometimes enjoy things now. $20 is $20. I say as I go and roast someone. It was at a barbecue. God, I want barbecue so bad, man. There's not any good barbecue near here. I gotta go hunting for it a little bit, but God, would love some good barbecue. Oh my God, my ears. Actually, you know what I was thinking of saving up to get at some point, chat? I did hear something about this new Guitar Hero guitar, or custom guitar that is like both electronic and mechanical, but has like BIOS updates and is multi-compatible with all sorts of like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, Clone Hero. I've been thinking of getting it. I've been thinking of saving some money for it. Apparently it's like a $130 controller. I don't know where I'd look for it, but I heard one of my friends, Moon, who's like super big into Guitar Hero, told me about it, and I might save for it because I have way too many controllers that just do not work. They just do not work. But hey, it would be pretty good. It'd be pretty good, and honestly, I've been meaning to do more like Clone Hero streams again. I feel like that would do me some good by trying that for like a stream in the future. Just some chill Clone Hero in Fursuit. Guitar Hero mentioned. You guys love it. New England has no barbecue? Yeah. That's why I want to do TFF again, because Texas has all the barbecue. Terry Black's is good. If Terry Black's doesn't have anything, go to Pecan Lounge or Pecan Lodge. That's even better, because they've got a lot of stuff. I've been following this for a while. We still got to do Clone Hero at some point. Yeah, I don't know how any of like the online systems work with Clone Hero, but I'd be down sometime. I'd be down to give it a shot. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, Carl's playing Dead by Daylight. I just popped over and looked at my Twitch stream real quick. And there's Carl. We love Carl. See, that's a good thing. As much as I have not played Guitar Hero or Clone Hero in a while, my fingers still work all the same for it. Got friends into getting into going to cons because they recognize the creativity and craftsmanship that is poured into fursuits. It's insane. And seeing them in person is way different than in the picture. It really is. You know, take a picture to remember the experience, because you're going to remember the moment and what it felt like being there. But a lot of times showing a picture to someone else is very hard for them to get the experience. They can only see what was there. It's very different than in person. It's fascinating. I don't know if I can help with popularizing Fursona species, but I have been thinking about bringing back the Fursona review for a specific species review. Just because certain species haven't gotten much attention. And I could also use it as an opportunity to pull out some, like, fun facts about a certain animal species and, like, maybe have fun with, like, standing up for, like, a green screen sort of thing. So who knows? Biggest problem up here is that the cold has frozen y'all's taste buds. Like, why does New England barbecue have so little sauce? Usually sauce wouldn't be needed for, like, barbecue. Because if the barbecue's good and it's been cooked for a long period of time, like, it's juicy enough as is. It all kind of comes down to the rub. Sauce is one of those things that's complementary, not the basis for it being good. But that's my experience with barbecue. Just learned that I could have done so many advanced things in my cybersecurity class, but now I can't do it because the school can't trust us anymore after the incident 2 years ago. So sad to hear. I mean, hey, there's all sorts of things you can learn through just looking them up, taking online classes. I think the best thing that you can do as well is, like, take some advice from what Michael Reeves has said, where I guess he didn't even go to college, but he just attended some classes and went to, like, some lectures. Or just, like, looked all up his, like, research online to learn. Learned all his stuff from online. It really just does take time and research. Ribs should be messy to eat. God, I miss ribs. Also, hello, Foxerus. Hello, Foxerus. I think I'm getting super eepy. Give it like 2 more minutes and then I'll pull off the fursuit head. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll raid out with the fursuit head.
Michael Reeves took Harvard classes because they post them in full on YouTube.
That's awesome. That's fair enough. I mean, that's the thing too. You can look at all sorts of lectures All sorts of classes and lectures. A lot of things exist online. As much as there are many revisions to books, a lot of textbooks already exist online. How do you think I got through school? I didn't pay for any of my textbooks. I looked for the easy ones to get, or the cheaper ones to get. I could have very well have gotten a $350 textbook to do the homework that I did. Instead, I went to the library after every class that I had for the homework that I needed. I would take out the book for like a few minutes, take pictures of whatever notes or questions I needed to answer for a homework assignment. I'd hand the book back in, completely free, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Didn't even have to pay $350 for that textbook. Just rented it from the library. Actual hands-on practice of cybersecurity, like having access to the central server in the school. Oh, that's a little different. Now I know what you mean. Either way, you can call me Grandpa. Listen, I'm 27, okay? It's not that late.
Feet.
We love Maverick's feet. Alrighty. I think it's time, not because of that, but it's just time in general to wrap up the stream. So I think I'm going to get going for now, and then we'll come back on Friday to do some more stuff. We'll go over that article that we talked about a little bit with the quarterback being a furry. And then we'll play some Brock the Investigator, or blessed be, or I'll go through a little drunk review of the Furry Gamer War for a live stream. That would be pretty fun. But either way, I appreciate you guys coming by to hang out with me. I appreciate the company. It's been very, very fun. Who can we go and send some love to? Who is streaming? We could go and raid Jake. Jake's doing some shenanigans. He's still up and streaming and vibing. I think he would appreciate the company. I think he'd appreciate it if he could stick his hand right into my muzz and do all sorts of little energies with it, you know, just with enough energy.
Beta sniff spur powo.
I appreciate it, Amber. I hope you have a good night, too. I appreciate all the bits. I appreciate all the support, everyone. It means a lot. And again, I will be live on Friday. I'm going to try streaming again at 6 p.m. I know I was a little bit late today at 6:15, but I had good reason to be late. Either way, let's go and raid Jake. What should the raid message be for Jake Werepanther? Maybe we could do something nice of like, hello, princess. Oh, princess. Could I get some fistums right on the schnoz? Princess. And then whatever emote. That is a good raid message. Add whatever emote at the end of it, preferably one of my emotes if you have access to it, or Jake's. I think he would absolutely love to hear that Beta still wants Jake to punch him. But either way, that's going to wrap things up for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate all the good vibes. You guys are lovely company. Keep on the lookout for hopefully a new video either tomorrow or Friday. Still haven't figured out if I want to upload that video Thursday or Friday, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Keep in mind there will hopefully be a video this Sunday. The rest of the panels that I have done at Austria will be uploaded hopefully by the end of this week on my Boodles channel, so be sure to check those out. And just keep on the lookout for new streams and stuff we're going to be doing in the future. Again, I just appreciate all the company. I'm really glad that we're building like a nice little community here. And thanks for all the energy you guys bring. I love all this spontaneous stuff we've been doing, despite it being whatever it is. But regardless, have a good night. Take care. Life stage act. People. That's it. Bye.